2, 1. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange aeons, even death may die. This is First-Hand Accounts, a Cthulhu Dark one-shot. I am Eric at Modern Recluse Online, your keeper for this terrifying tale. Due to mature themes of horror and violence explored in our tale, we encourage listener discretion. We are Vorpal Tales, and we play a wide assortment of games 7 days a week that fall into 2 categories, awesome adventures and terrifying tales. To know more about our many games, please be sure to check the calendar on vorpaltales.com to stay up to date with all of our shows. Don't forget to check out the PDF available on DriveThruRPG or go to the Indie Press Revolution website where you can get a physical or digital copy of Cthulhu Dark. Vorpal Tales is also on DriveThruRPG, by the way. Check out some of our very own Vorpal Tales supplements that include characters, monsters, and scenarios made for many of the games that we play weekly. Remember to follow us on Twitch, visit our website, and join the Discord, where most major media outlets, including YouTube, where you can catch up on previous episodes. So remember to follow, subscribe, and hit the bell to get all the updates. Special music credit shout-outs go to Dark Somnium Music, Least Upper Bound, and Repulsive Sound for the use of their excellent ambience and music tracks. For more awesome tunes, check out the secretpress.bandcamp.com and on YouTube, Instagram, and SoundCloud under Repulsive Sound. Thank you to Graham Walmsley for making great games like Cthulhu Dark, and special thanks to Astral Tabletop for providing an excellent virtual platform for us to run many of our games. And last but not least, a warm thanks to our listeners and fans for tuning in. The first Vorpal Moot is taking place this week, with many of our cast taking time from their otherwise busy schedules to travel and meet up for the first time in Meat Space for libations and celebrations. While we're happy to see them enjoy some well-earned time off, however, the show must go on. So instead of the usual scheduled programming, we bring you a different terrifying tale this evening. So without further ado, let's have our brave souls introduce themselves before they inexorably stare into the endless abyss. Investigators, tell our audience who you are, where they can find you online, and who you will be playing this evening. Beginning with Ben.
All right. Hi, I'm Ben, Big Dad Walker. You can find me on Twitter down there. Tonight I'm playing Ralph Callow, a New York City sanitation worker.
And Sean.
Hey, I am at Space Lord PJs. Shit, what am I playing tonight? Hold on, where is that?
Right here, aren't you?
Yeah, where did oh, scroll up. There it is. Duh. Yeah, so I am playing Johnson Derrick, a creative who works at a library and yeah, working on his next great American novel.
All right. All right. So first, I'll begin with a little bit of a era and story premise for this, and then we'll go into some of the primers for Cthulhu Dark's mechanics and how it works. Basically, it's a very simple game, but I'll go into it so anybody who's not familiar with it can be, so that way they can follow along at home and so on. The game takes place in the current modern era. Players will take on the roles of people belonging to a Manhattan-based support group called Survivors of Satioblastoma, a fake cover name for a mythos-related support group. The SOS is a collection of people whose lives have been changed due to their experiences with the supernatural. Meeting weekly, these members discuss the progress of their individual recovery and collectively delve into the mysteries of the mythos. By tackling and unraveling these mysteries, the group as a whole comes closer to being able to deal with their individual traumas, as it were. So now for a very short primer on Cthulhu Dark itself. Cthulhu Dark is a rules-light narrative-style role-playing game written by the award-winning RPG author Graham Walmsley. In it, players create investigators by coming up with a name and an occupation that fits the era of play. For this one-shot, players will need to come up with a mythos-appropriate related trauma for their characters to have. The stranger, the better, usually. The game mechanics themselves revolve around rolling 6-sided dice. Every player should have at least 3 of this type nearby, with one of them being a distinct color from the others. This is the insight die. Your insight shows how far you can see into the horror behind the universe. It always starts at 1. When you see something disturbing, you roll your insight die. If you get higher than your insight, you add 1 to your insight and role play your fear. This is often called an insight roll. When investigating, characters roll dice to investigate. They typically roll one die if what they're doing it falls within human capabilities. This is also known as the human die. And they add an additional die if what they're doing is within their occupational expertise, or the occupation die. And they may add their insight die if they will risk their minds to succeed. If at any time the insight die rolls higher than those other dice, then an insight roll has to be made for the acting character. The highest die of those rolled determines the quality of the information. Talking about failing and the failure die, if someone thinks the story would be more interesting if you failed, they can describe how you might fail and then roll a die called the failure die. They can't do this if you're investigating, however, and you must succeed for the scenario to proceed. If the failure die rolls higher than your highest die, then you fail, just as they described. If not, you succeed as before, with your highest die showing how well you succeeded. As for trying again, sorry?
And they don't get penalized for trying to make you fail?
No, that's part of the fun. I can do that as well, though. As the keeper, I can say, well, it shouldn't be that easy, or I think it'd be interesting if you got eaten instead, and I could roll a die and see and compare and contrast. Good news is you can try again. If you included your insight die in a roll and you're not happy with the result, you may re-roll all of the dice. If you didn't include your insight die, you may still add it and re-roll. Afterwards, look at the new result. As before, the highest die shows how well you do. And if your insight die is higher than any other die, you must make an insight roll. You may re-roll as many times as you like. As far as cooperating and competing is concerned, to cooperate, everyone who is cooperating on a check will basically roll their dice and take the highest rolled by anyone, and that'll be the result. If you want to compete with somebody, say two people are going for the same thing and there's a conflict there, everybody who's competing rolls their dice. The highest die wins. That's it. On a tie, anyone who wants to re-roll may do so, provided they also include their insight die as part of the roll. If that doesn't resolve the tie, then whoever has the highest insight wins. And if that doesn't resolve it, everyone re-rolls. As far as fighting is concerned, the game is pretty straightforward with it. Don't try to fight monsters of the mythos because you're going to die. Instead, you should probably roll to hide or escape. I'll make exceptions depending on the creature or entity that you're facing. It just depends. If you fight something that is
Eric,
not
I'm going to
supernatural,
stop you right there.
Okay.
I punched Cthulhu in the face.
I punched Cthulhu in the face. Like I said, I'm willing to make certain exceptions
Okay,
for certain people and things.
That's gonna happen. So yeah.
Of course. I mean, yeah, that's fine. No worries. If you try to defeat any supernatural creature by fighting, if you fight something that is not supernatural, or if you fight a supernatural creature but not to defeat it, so maybe you want to fight your way past it or whatever, you be clear about what you want from the fight and then roll. Suppressing knowledge. When your insight reaches 5, you may now reduce it by suppressing the knowledge of what you have discovered. So for example, you can burn books, you can deface carvings, or destroy yourself, whatever. Each time you do this, you roll your insight die. If you get less than your current insight, decrease your insight by 1. You may continue reducing your insight in this way when your insight drops below 5. As far as understanding the full horror, when your insight reaches 6, you understand the full horror behind the universe and leave everyday life behind. To the outside world, you appear insane. This is a special moment. Everyone focuses on your investigator's last moments of lucidity. Go out however you want. Fight, scream, run, collapse, or go eerily silent. Afterwards, either make a new investigator or continue playing, but retire your old investigator as soon as you can. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the rules for the game. We don't really need anything else as far as that's concerned. Excellent. So now we can begin with our terrifying tale. First of all, any questions between the two of you as far as the rules go?
I have a question.
Yes.
Ben, how big of a Finn Balor fan are you?
Not since that
Very
weird
relevant.
like flopping thing he
Okay,
did the other
fair.
week.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool.
But pretty big.
All right, nice.
Excellent. Well then. So basically, you the way that this works is you've made characters that belong to this this sort of group therapy, this fake group therapy set of people, and they basically make their hold their little meetings inside of a this little pavilion called the Bernstein Pavilion in Manhattan. And so you could be from different boroughs around from the area. What's mostly important is that what your past trauma was as it relates to the mythos. Like with Sean's character, for example, Johnson had this incident where his mind was transported through time or ended up on an alien planet somewhere, and he lived an entire lifetime there. He died, then he came back, and then it was like 3 days later, something like that.
Yeah, so see, I was spiting Mike to move my camera, and now I did. Okay, there we go. Cool. So yeah, my character was working in the library, was in the weird section, had a book drop on his head, passed out, and though in a dream, real life, he's not quite sure, had an experience where lived an entire lifetime on an alien planet where they had enslaved this race of beings, and then the enslavers were just this weird Cthulhu mythos creatures that were then building an even weirder Cyclopean statue to an even weirder non-Euclidean being, whatever. And yeah, it was like charged with chronicling the whole thing. And then like every day 1,000 of the slaves were fed to the being, and then finally he got to old age, and then he himself was fed with his chronicles to the being, and then woke up and was like 3 days later and keeps like seeing things out of the corner of his eye and having strange dreams since then.
Excellent. Fits perfectly with tonight's story, actually. Titled Anachronauts. Ben, tell us a little bit about Ralph and his experience with the mythos.
Ralph's a sanitation worker. You know, he goes down in the sewers of New York City. Is quite labyrinthine. It's a labyrinth down there, and you may not know this, but there's something worse than Gator down there. I don't know why I'm using this Bayou voice. And they guard the old section of the sewer. One time, he explored it a couple times. Every time he'd come back to the right New York. Now, I don't mean the right part of New York. I mean a different New York.
Ooh.
And he's been questioning ever since if he's really where he's supposed to be.
Oh, no.
So, like, he doesn't know if he's in the right, like, timeline dimension.
It's like imposter syndrome, but reality.
Oh.
Man. Okay, that should be interesting. All right. Let's see here. So you have a couple people that are part of this this support group. It's composed of a lot of different individuals, and it's headed by this woman named Janice. What she looks like here. I'll drop a couple pictures in here in the Discord so you can check it out. I kind of picture Rosario Dawson, you know. She was a former social worker from Maryland who had some work for Child Protective Services for a while, and she didn't really get into it too much, but because of some stuff that she went through, she ended up creating the group of these like-minded people who experience strange things that they can't explain, and and that it features several other people, including yourselves. The other one is a guy by the name of Nicholas, or Nicky as he's known. He basically is a bartender who doesn't remember 5 years of his life because, and I'm not making this up, aliens abducted his mind. Sound familiar?
Like, just pulled the mind out and took that and left nothing behind. Like brain in a jar.
Well, here's
sort
the
of
thing. He came back. Like, he
Okay.
was out of his body for the entire time.
Oh, weird.
And when he came back in, now he's in his body. He doesn't remember what happened.
Oh.
Right?
That sounds like someone we know.
That sounds like someone you know, yeah. Another one is a guy by the name of William. Let me show you first who Nicky looks like here. So I picture and Steve Buscemi. There we go. And then finally there's Bill. I envision as Michael Rooker for whatever reason, with a cowboy hat. And Bill is a truck driver from Mississippi who encountered a strange headless monstrosity at night while on one of his interstate runs. He said somebody ran out in front of his big rig screaming and was followed by something he couldn't describe. And when he stopped the truck, he grabbed a shotgun and followed the screaming, and he found this weird bloated body standing over this woman, this dead woman, and he fired at it. Nothing killed it, though. He still nurses a wound on him that still hasn't healed to this day. So just to give you an idea of like the people that are part of this support group with you. And yeah. So basically that's the beginning of it.
Oh, let's look at this hat real fast.
Oh yeah, it was the closest one, so.
So yeah, it is, and generally there are other groups that Jen has organized. You all meet on Wednesday nights at the Beth Israel Bernstein Pavilion, and you're pretty sure that most people think like this is like Alcoholics Anonymous or something like that, or some sort of drug rehab retreat or whatever. But over the years, you've tried various different means to try to calm your nerves over what you personally experienced. Everyone has, to no avail. It only works for a little while. You've tried talking to people outside of the circle about it, and they just thought you had maybe lost your grip on reality. But you're not crazy. At least you don't think you are. Others certainly don't think so, and their accounts seem even stranger than yours by comparison sometimes. So yeah, you have that going for you. So Jan, so you basically meet on Wednesday evenings. There's like another group on Saturdays or whatever, but you've noticed that over the last couple of weeks in particular, there's been a drop in how many people show up to the meetings. And Janice is a woman who's very much on a mission. Like, she's always busy and working and trying to call, get in contact with people, more so now than before. Because it's a little troublesome when people who have experienced your kind of trauma suddenly go disappearing off somewhere. They fall off the earth and they don't respond. It's a little bit different. It's almost akin to how people check into rehab and they lose track, and they people try to reach out to them to try to see if they've fallen off the wagon, so to speak, or if they're back with it. So this is no exception. So when people miss for several sessions or what have you, Janice starts to get a little worried, and she starts reaching out, trying to make contact with people. You initially click right away with Nicky Johnson, Mr. Derek, because he had a similar experience to yours, except that while you were away for maybe 3 days, and do you remember everything that happened, or do you?
It's all a haze. Like, he's like, no, I was gone for an entire lifetime, and everybody's like, nah, you're like passed out in the back for like 3 days, and then he can't sort of reconcile what was what. Like, was it a dream? Did he really get like what happens? He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. So yeah, you vaguely remember some things happening, and you relate that when the first time you got together and you were told, like everybody else, has to get up in front of this group and talk in front of a bunch of strangers about your experience. You gave your firsthand account, so to speak, and Nicky in particular seemed kind of like taken aback because he was gone for about 5 years. Like, he doesn't remember what happened for 5 years, and when he came back, he doesn't know what he experienced on the other side. Like, it sounds pretty much identical to what you experienced, but he claims to not remember anything at all. So okay. He was kind of picking your brain about it. Did you want to, like, was Derek's was Johnson's initial response to keep that to himself more outside of the meetings, or did you want
I
to?
mean,
like,
he talks about
compare
it.
notes.
Yeah, I mean, he'll talk about it in meetings, but outside of that, he's pretty reluctant to talk about it because he's unsure exactly, like what is truth and what isn't. So he won't necessarily talk about it unless prompted.
All right, fair enough. And as far as
actually, no, I'll say because he's trying to write a novel, he'll say that no, I don't want to talk about it because I'm working it out. You can buy my novel.
Buy the book. I'll tell you everything.
Buy the book.
Oh, so you're alluding to this that Johnson is writing a book on what he can remember on his experiences.
Right, but then yeah, it's more of a diversionary tactic to not talk about it than it is to sort of like capitalize on it, but otherwise outside of group he doesn't really talk about it.
Interesting. Okay. All right, cool. So Mr. Callow, have you had any friends or fellow workers that have disappeared in those tunnels before? Or has you heard stories about it?
I mean, there have always been stories about people going missing down there. We kind of try to use the buddy system,
2 at a time.
Yeah, 2 or more. But there's stories going, oh my god, there have been 4 Summon of the Elder Gods.
It's already begun. Excellent. Okay. We'll start things off, not with a bang, but like, well, I'll put that one in my back pocket here for a second. Mark that down. Elder Gods. All right. Fun stuff.
You just
all right.
4 instances of absolute shenanigans.
Mooters.
Here it comes.
Oh, apparently, Ben, this is your fault.
Yeah, it is.
Naturally. Okay, so some interesting stuff happens one evening when you see that
There's another one.
Oh gosh. There's so much death. We got 2, you said?
Eric the Scot. What is that?
3,
do you have to talk like a
4.
Scotsman now?
Oh god. I have to bust the Scotsman
5
out.
so far.
No.
5 and yeah, okay.
5. Wow.
Okay. That's cool.
And somebody wants the Scotsman? Okay.
Yeah, you got to talk like the Scotsman, I guess. I think that's your thing.
All right, I'll talk as the Scotsman for this scene. So
I just changed my hat, god damn it.
So Jan comes in one evening late to a meeting, which is unlike her. She's always the first one there, first and the last one to leave, walking everybody to their cars out in the empty parking lot at night and stuff. She shows up late and she's like, "I'm sorry." She tries to set up coffee and starts handing it out. She seems flustered. She seems stressed, and Nikki's not there. Actually, Nikki hasn't been there for weeks. You see, Bill's like, "You okay, darling?"
Wait,
He's
which
like,
one's
yeah,
Nikki?
I'm just on. What's that?
Which one's Nikki?
Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
Young
Nikki's the
Steve
bartender.
Got it.
The bartender, yeah.
Okay.
He's gone. He's been missing for weeks now. And you see Jan's like, "I'm sorry I'm late," and like she's putting down the coffee that she purchased from like Starbucks or whatever. Hands everybody their usual or whatever, sets up a little thing on the side. It's like, "All right, let's get started, shall we? Bill, how are you coming along? How's the wound?" It's like, "Well, I took it to like 3 different doctors. I told you it's not mending. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be working." And she's like, "I'm so sorry." And it's like, "Tell me, gentlemen, how are you coming along, Mr. Johnson? Are you doing well? Are you?" And she's asking all of these questions, but at the same time, she seems sort of distracted. I mean, you've been attending these meetings for a while now, so when Jan's out of it, you kind of tend to notice.
I've been I've been dabbling. I wake up every morning. I write my dreams, my horrible dreams about that may or may not have happened. And I'm dealing with it. It's on paper. I'm gonna put it out there for people to read, and maybe the money I make from it will help me find a lifestyle that will really let me live comfortably with what I've experienced.
That's fantastic, Mr. Johnson. You're using your trauma and you're turning it into a strength. You're focusing on dealing with it on your own terms. This is fantastic. This is excellent work. I'm so happy for you.
I'm not going to carry my trauma with me. I'm going to carry my success with me. So I'm a creative. I create. I'm not going to let this bring me down.
Somebody pounds on the door.
Shit.
She's like, excuse me a moment, gentlemen. I'll get to you right in just one moment, Mr. Callow. And then somebody keeps pounding on the door. Yes, can I help you? Oi, I'm here to mop the fucking floors. Can you get out of the fucking way, please, ma'am? Please, fucking thank you. she's like, I'm sorry, who are you? What the fuck do I look like? I'm a fucking janitor. I'm here to mop the fucking floors. I'm not here to deliver a fucking pizza.
Oh, has he got pizza? That'd be nice. Kind of hungry.
You gotta close the door for a second. I have a very irate Scotsman on the other side of this door.
Right. I feel like he brings up a good point that we should have more snacks at these meetings.
Does he have pizza?
See? He's with me.
Do you have pizza? I said I'm not a fucking pizza delivery man. Are you gonna let me in mop the floor or what? Come on, lady. I'm on time. You see, it's like, oh, okay, so sorry. Listen, we're in the middle, a little bit of a meeting right now. Look, listen, if I don't mop these floors, I'm fucking dead, yeah? Now, I'm going to start over there, and I'm going to finish over here, all right? Don't mess up the floors with your fucking coffee, yeah? I'll be out of your hair shortly. He shuts the door.
Johnson.
Yeah.
What do you want the pizza I'm ordering?
Sausage. Pepperoni.
Okay.
No pepperoni.
See,
upsets
like,
my stomach.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so bacon.
Sorry.
Okay, but do you want famous original Rays or original famous Rays?
Famous originals Rays. Yeah.
All right.
See, Bill's like, I want barbecue on mine.
No,
fuck up,
Bill. Shut the fuck up, Bill. Nobody gets barbecue on their pizza.
What's going on? I want a slice of pizza too. Now,
no,
pizza,
you know what? You can pay us $1 and get a slice of pizza. And pineapple.
You still owe us the last pizza.
Yeah, you owe us $5, Bill.
I'll get you later. All right, I promise I'll get you back. You see, Janet's like, gentlemen, I'm so sorry for the interruption. She kind of makes like side eyes at the guy mopping the floors in the corner. You see, he's just like, seems to be like kind of like whistling or mumbling under his breath, and he kind of looks over to you every once in a while. This like older Scottish guy, and he's just mopping the floor. Fucking bastards and messing up my fucking floors.
You have to walk on floors, right? Like that's just inevitability.
No one asked you. He keeps going. Jan's like, I'm so sorry, gentlemen. Perhaps we should probably keep this meeting a little bit short, if you don't mind.
Okay.
There was a universe I was in where you didn't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Call. I didn't mean to do this.
There was a universe where I was in where you didn't have to walk on the floors. It was really fucked up because the Islanders were good.
Did you walk on the ceiling?
The walls.
What?
Oh no.
No.
That's a song, right? That's a song.
God damn it, Bill! Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up, Bill.
He's just kind of like, it's a song. I like that song.
There's a reason your kids don't talk to you, Bill.
What was Bill's experience? I can't remember.
He's a truck
he hit
driver.
someone with his car, right?
Oh, okay. Fuck. Wait, is he just a drunk driver and doesn't have a problem? Does he think this is AA?
He's totally here for the free coffee and the pizza.
Oh, fuck Bill.
And the donuts from Large Marges. No. He had an incident outside of Biloxi where he saw a woman run in front of his car, so he slammed the brakes, and some other weird thing was chasing her, and so he followed after him, and he found that big bloated headless corpse looking thing, and he got injured by it, and his wound has never healed since. That's his whole thing.
He clearly ran that person over. We all know.
Right,
We all
yeah.
talk about that. But he's
Bill
not here.
killed somebody. That's definitely yeah.
Well, he's probably killed somebody at some point of his life. That
no,
like certain. But...
and then he's turned it into a story where it's like a Cthulhu creature.
Where he's the hero.
I'm crazy.
Right.
I'm crazy.
No,
I don't know.
Bill,
Is he?
Fuck Bill.
Yeah, Bill sucks.
Bill sucks.
Watch Bill be the one guy we can trust later.
Bill, I'm really sorry.
He's
I
like,
told you suck all those times.
Janet's like, Mr. Kyle, how have you been dealing with this idea that there are other multiple realities out there that you've experienced personally? How are you different from experiencing those different worlds?
I guess it all goes back to my father and how he would yell at me. No, wait, that's a different thing. I don't know. It's like, as long as I get home, it's fine. But I'm always on the lookout for what's different. Like, were the Mets always this terrible? When did the Dodgers leave?
Jeez,
In real life,
Janice is kind of like puzzling over this, like, okay, great. I mean, how does that make you feel? Like she's going through this whole process of like.
Why do I have so many Dodgers hats if they haven't been here for who knows how long?
It's a very peculiar existence that you encountered. Well, I'm hoping that you're dealing with it well. And you see, like every other 5 words or whatever, the guy's like in between all of you, like mopping the floors, and she's like, "Do you mind?" "What? I'm doing my job. Help me or get the fuck out. Or maybe you can wait a while until the floor's dry and then you can come back in and talk about your feelings." Yeah. He goes back to mopping the floors. She's like, I think we're gonna call this meeting for tonight, gentlemen. I do have some things that are on my mind. I apologize if I appear flustered. I don't know. Perhaps you can help me. Let's step outside, shall we? Roll a die, everybody.
Roll a die. Okay. Ooh.
Yeah. What'd you get?
I got a 1.
A 2.
Cool. You got a 2.
Twice as much.
Did anybody want to include their insight die and roll again, or did you want to keep what you rolled?
Now, if the insight die rolls higher than all the other die, you get really fucked up, right?
Well, if your insight die rolls higher than all the other dice that you've rolled,
okay, he rolled a 1.
You have to make an insight check.
So, you know what?
No, let's go for it.
Well, hold on. If you want to roll your insight die, you want to roll both.
Insight die got a 3, so.
Okay,
I got a 6
you can
3.
So you could re-roll the 1 because you're including your insight die.
I got a 3.
So they match
again.
Yes, they match.
Got a 2 again.
Oh, nice.
So okay, so across the board you matched to each other's roll. So
I got a 2 and a 6.
Everything's good. Everything's great. Jan steps out and she's like on the phone and like, "Call me back." You hear her say like before she hangs up the phone as you guys exit the pavilion. And she waves you over. She's like, "I've been trying to get a hold of Nicky. Have you sanyone at all over the past couple of weeks? He hasn't attended. He's not picking up his phone. I don't know what's going on with him. Have any one of you seen him?"
No. Although I know Nicky doesn't suck as much as Bill.
Hey, I resent that.
Shut up, Bill.
Shut up, Bill. Go eat a cat or something.
You see, so like pussy will get over here. Okay, so yeah, he's just like, he just kind of saunters over to his big rig he's got all over there on the side. Jan is like, "You should really take it easy on Bill. He's been through a lot." Anyway,
Bill's a liar.
Maybe you can help me
He's just
out.
here to get our pizza. Get your foot on my face.
He's like, maybe you can help me. I had no luck reaching out to Nicky. Maybe somebody at the bar has seen him. I don't know if you're in that part of town, but it's the Bull and Bush, if you've heard of it. It's a very traditional sort of Irish bar. Well, go check it out. I'll go with you if it's okay.
Wait, we could have a random bad thing happen to an NPC.
No, they used it on me.
I have 5 raise, summon the elder thing. So yeah, a lot of things can happen to you as well.
Oh,
Just
shit.
keep that in mind.
Buddy, you. Okay, come on. Just come here. Yeah. Okay.
What do you want to do at this point? She's kind of calling the meeting short. She's obviously worried that something may have happened to Nikki.
Did she say she wants us to go look for Nikki, or she's gonna go look for Nikki?
She's asking for help because she doesn't know where to begin. She doesn't know where Nikki lives. She just knows where he works. He's the proprietor of this Irish bar. So she's like, I was thinking about going, but I don't want to go to that part of the town by myself. Like, how would you be able to help? I don't know. I totally understand if you don't want to, but I'm legitimately worried at this point.
I mean, we got a pizza coming, and
Bill's gonna try to
pizza.
snake it.
yeah, Bill's gonna try to steal it. I mean,
let me just message the driver. Go to the Bull and Bratwurst.
Bull and Bush.
Bullenbush, got it.
All right. So, any of you who want to elect to go with her can do so. If you want to just go home and say "fuck it," you can do that as well.
I mean, if she's going to a bar, sure. And if the pizza's gonna go there, then yeah, definitely.
Again, there's no pizza. Did you want to tag along for this, Ralph? Okay.
Yeah.
So she drives a modest-sized car, so she gets in. She drives you down to the Bull and Bush, and it's in Hell's Kitchen or whatever, or Clinton as it's called. And she pulls into this little Irish pub, and it's pretty lively, but it's lively for all the wrong reasons. Not because there's fighting, but like it's very clear as soon as you walk through the door that the management is not up to snuff. When you walk in, you can feel the absence of Nikki's absence from his establishment, where people are like, there's lines and people are like asking for their drinks, and like it's a total disaster. This is one of those things that shows up on the Save My Bar or whatever, whatever that reality show.
John Taffer's Bar Rescue.
Yeah, exactly. You know what John's talking about. This is the kind of the exact kind of scenario that would pop up on that show. And you see, Jan is just like it's packed. It's packed full of people. It's like it's a Wednesday night or whatever, but it's a pretty popular place. And the music's blaring and stuff. So she's looking around, trying to spot him. Can't see him. She's looking to see if she can spot the acting manager on the floor to ask him questions. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna shout, "Where's Nikki at?"
He ain't here! You see somebody else shout back from behind the bar.
Well, where the fuck is he?
Well, I don't know. Where the fuck is he? You see somebody else.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you.
He had an interesting date with my sister the other night. I gotta have words with him.
This is how investigators in Cthulhu Dark can investigate. So, however you plan on doing that, if you want to like get into a shouting match with some other New Yorker, if you want to like talk to the manager or what have you, you can roll a die. If there's anything that's part of your occupation that you could use as part of this, you can describe how you do that and then roll a secondary die. Or if you want to use your insight die and gamble your insight, then you can do that as well.
As a sewer man, can I say that because I stink, I should get an extra die, try to intimidate him and make him just want to leave as soon as possible?
Sure, you smell like shit. So
yeah, I'm gonna use my
go right
insight
up to
die.
this guy, you're like, motherfucker, you're gonna get a whiff of this unless you tell me everything you know about this guy.
I rolled a 6, a 5, and a 1 on the insight die.
Stop.
A 6, a what, and a what?
A 6, a 5, and then a 1 on the insight die.
Oh, 1 on the insight. Okay, so you actually rolled a 6 is exceptional. That means you potentially glean something otherworldly or supernatural from your investigation. Yes. So it's interesting. You start dropping Nikki's name and stuff like that, and to this guy, this patron, and he's like, yeah, or this person who works at the bar, and he's like, oh yeah, last time I saw Nikki, he was here with some other guy. I don't know. He was a weirdo. They were talking about weird stuff. You know what I mean?
Was it Bill?
I mean, that's not very positive.
I don't. He's like, I don't know what this guy's name was. I don't know. I never seen him before in my life. He didn't look like he belonged here, though. Anyway, the guys, they were talking about Nakata, and then he says a word that completely triggers Johnson Derek's vague fog-like memories of his experience. He's like, hey, they said something like Nakotas, and that immediately like sends you back to that time. Roll an insight check, please, Sean.
Also, listen, first of all, guys, New York, everyone belongs here. We are a cultural melting pot. Give me your poor, you're tired,
all right. You know what I mean.
No, we don't. It sounds like you're being very, racist and aggressive. Not
this
very
guy was
inclusive.
some pencil neck geek. He didn't belong in here. He's not a drinker. You know what I mean? He's not a drinker. He didn't touch a single thing we put in front of him.
Oh, I don't trust a man that doesn't drink. I'm with him now.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Unless it's for cultural or religious purposes.
Right.
What'd you get, Sean?
Fucking one.
Get out of here. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh man, yeah, and he was talking about like they mentioned something about like tunnels and like ghouls and shit. I don't know, man. This is now like
were they a bunch of crusty LARPers? Like what?
Yeah, you don't know what he's talking about, but Ralph here has heard of the word ghouls before in reference to those things that live beneath the streets of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm. Would you like me to roll?
Yes, please. This is extremely disturbing to hear some passerby talk about stuff that's related to your trauma without knowing you at all.
I got a 6.
Fucking 6.
A 6. Well then, okay. So your insight goes from 1 to 2, and you you both realize, or rather, Mr. Derek realizes something about Nikki. Nikki said he doesn't remember anything about his journey to whereversville, like where he was gone for 5 years in the same sort of way that you were. But when this guy's talking, he's like, what do you mean he was talking about Nakotas? It's like, I mean, they were both talking about it. They both mentioned it. It was like some weird word, like Nakota or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they're talking about South Dakota or something. I don't know. It sounded like Dakota, like Nakotas or something like that.
Is that Nakotas? Like, is that key anything to us? Does that trigger anything?
Yes. For you in particularly.
With my 1.
It doesn't like raise your insight by 1, but it does like trigger this memory of, or this flash of this memory of this strange city, this strange vista. You can recall it with every detail, but for whatever reason, Nikki and this other person were talking about it recently, or at least within the last couple of weeks. That was the last thing that they remember seeing this guy. In the
Derek
bar.
will whip out either his phone or a notepad that he carries with him and just start writing everything that he's thinking about down real quick, just to try to document it before it fades.
Here's something too, like when he says the word Narcotis, something else happens. Roll a die, just one die, Sean.
6.
You rolled a 6. Oh, cool. Roll an insight check, please. See if you get above a 1.
6.
Okay, your insight has 2. Now you both feel like the blood kind of drained from your face a little bit. You, for when they mentioned the ghouls and the tunnels and stuff. You, when they mentioned Nakotas. You see something out of the corner of your eye. This is only something that you've experienced a few times before, like at home or whatever. You're experiencing here right now. You know how every bar has a large mirror in the back? Out of the corner of your eye, you see something. When this guy says Nakotas, something starts snaking its way through, like smoke or something through the crowd. And you look for a second and it's gone. And describe how you both are just sort of like experiencing this moment where like you essentially failed your sanity check and you're just kind of like, What's happening right now?
Derek will start feverishly writing down, but he starts writing it in a different language and symbology than just English. And when he comes to, he's just like, I have no fucking idea what I just did, but it's like, weird hieroglyphics and symbolism and other stuff of just, it's horrible to look at. It's really disturbing.
Jen is away from you all, and she's like behind the bar, like trying to listen to like the manager, like give her the spiel, and she kind of makes this gesture, like, I don't know where he's at, and it's like, well, did you do any better? They haven't seen him for weeks either. He hasn't been here for a long time.
Slaps his notebook down. He went to South Dakota.
They went to South Dakota? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, he stopped in for a drink, met a dude or a person, we're not sure, and then left for South Dakota.
Is there a West
sound
Dakota?
Like Nikki.
This is important. Is there a West Dakota?
North and South Dakota. Jen
Okay, that tracks.
She's like, that doesn't sound like Nikki at all.
Nah, he was gonna go meet some ghouls.
She pulls out her cred in front of the manager. She's like, listen, I'm his therapist. Okay, let's try to keep this private. I need to get in contact with him. He hasn't been responding to any phone calls or emails. Do you know where he can be reached? Do you have a pay stub, anything like that you could share with me? I need to see him immediately. This is extremely important. And you see the guy's like, all right. He goes and he gets a piece of paper and he like writes it down. It's like, yeah, here. And gives her the address to Nikki's apartment. It's in the same sort of, it's just maybe like a couple blocks away. She's like, all right, I think I'm going to go check it out. You guys don't have to stick around for this. If you want, just go home. Don't think about it. I think it'll be fine.
I mean, the pizza's
if you
coming.
Want to come with? If you want to come with, of course, I appreciate it, and I'll call you an Uber.
Go to address.
To the address.
Also, hey Johnson. Did he say ghouls, or was just somebody being excessively New York trying to say girls?
Yeah, I think he was from Jersey and was talking about ghouls. He's gonna go get some ghouls. He's gotta go hang out at the bar and meet some ghouls.
What's the legs up to here?
Yeah, just
up to here.
She was a hula.
I
don't know.
It's great. So yeah, you see she gets in her car and you all pack up. After what you experience in the bar, do you actually have a drink, or do you try to like calm down, or are you just like ruminating over this as you get in the vehicle?
Do they have Bud Light seltzers?
Sure.
Yeah, get a Bud Light seltzer.
I get a Bud Light Platinum.
Very hydrating.
All right, yeah, at an Irish bar. Okay, sure. So yeah, you order some drinks to go, and you leave over there, and you can head over down a couple blocks to this guy's apartment building.
Drinks
like
to go for the bar. That's a fucking great bar.
Sure. You arrive at this place, and it's your standard sort of New York tenement building. There's like a stoop and large doors opening into like an inside area, main hall, and then like the stairways that go up and onto the different levels. There's several floors. They have like a little buzzing system on the bottom where you can just kind of like buzz the room that you're trying to reach. And she buzzes and there's no response. She's like, wow, shit, I don't think he's here either. What the hell? Why is he?
Can we do that thing where you wait for somebody to come home and then like you go in immediately after them?
I want to just do the thing I did in the first episode of Delta Green. We just keep hitting them and saying Grubhub.
There you go.
It's Grubhub. Yeah, you buzz and there's no response. Nobody like buzzes back or anything like that.
No, like all the buzzers.
Like,
nobody's getting really Grubhub.
Weird.
Oh, we're getting night floored.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. You buzz someone else.
Yeah, we just hit every buzzer and keep saying
I was like,
Grubhub.
the building's empty. Uh-oh.
Roll a die. Roll a die.
Different adventure than we were thinking it was.
Wow.
I rolled a 2.
That's fine. All right. So yeah, you barely managed to make it into the area where you're supposed to be going. Like they let you in. Like, hey, where's my food? You're like,
It's
oh
up
yeah,
front.
it's right back here. You just walk in, and as soon as they open the door, like, oh, what the fuck?
Pizza's coming.
Hey man,
Don't
where's
worry.
my food? I thought I had pizza.
There's a guy. He's coming. He'll have it. You just grab a slice.
Oh, I'm
and
sorry, I
send the
must have
rest
hit the
to us.
wrong button
Yeah. Oh,
for the
bad.
Chinese delivery.
Excellent. You start heading up the stairs, and you get to the floor where Nikki's apartment is situated. It's quiet. There's no noise or anything like that here on this floor. And she goes to knock on the door, and predictably, the door just kind of.
It was already open.
Yep.
Oh.
In this part of town.
Is there any like debris, a bottle, or anything nearby?
Yeah.
Debris?
Roll one die,
A
Sean.
rock?
We're not in the Warriors. They're not just bottles there.
I don't
Come
know. It might
out
be a
and
shitty
play,
apartment.
Nikki.
Like, go to the dress.
He owns the bar.
3. I rolled a 3.
You're looking around for anything that you could pick up. Funny enough, there is some like pieces of shards of glass, like kind of somebody pushed it to the side of the hallway here.
Okay.
And there are some dried bits of blood that
Oh.
lead up to the doorway.
Oh. That's messed up. Okay. Gonna take like a piece of trash or something and wrap it around one of the pieces of glass to use it as a weapon, I guess.
Okay, yeah, shard of glass.
Yeah.
It'll cut somebody, sure.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, so who's the first one through the door? You see Jan is a little like just kind of like looking through like, Nikki, are you here? And like she seems to be like the first one through the door because she's, very selfless or what have you. But do any of you allow her to go through the front through the door first, or do you like?
Yeah, she's his therapist.
propose?
She should go through first, I feel.
All right, fair enough. So you step through the door, and you see the whole apartment is in disarray. There's stuff strewn all over the floor, more broken glass. The
More
blood
broken glass.
leading further down into the apartment.
I will
Okay.
check his fridge.
Oh, good call.
Check his fridge.
Are the
You
lights
gotta
on?
check his fridge. No, the lights are off. It's
Okay.
completely dark in here. So you go to check the fridge. Jan is like, Nikki, are you here? And she goes over to like where the bedroom is. See if he's checking over there because she notices the blood too. She's like, oh my god, and like starts moving hurriedly in that direction. Where are you going, Mr. Johnson?
Looking for a light switch, I guess.
Wait, is your first name Derek or
Click,
Johnson?
click.
My
His
name
is Johnson Derek.
Johnson Derek.
Just to be difficult. You go to hit the lights and like the light bulb comes on and it pops like
Oh man, needs
no
to upgrade
lights
to
on the whole
LEDs.
place.
Okay. Whip out the cell phone, turn on the flashlight, I guess.
Cool.
Awesome.
All right.
We found shards of glass outside in the hallway big enough to turn into a knife. I don't think this is the kind of place you get LED bulbs.
I'm just saying, like, have some sense for the environment.
You gotta check the fridge.
Yep.
There's not a lot in it, but there's some weird canister in there, like a cylindrical metal canister, or at least on the top and the bottom. There's something floating in the middle.
Is it like a tall boy?
It's a brain. Roll
Oh,
inside.
fuck
Oh,
off.
cool.
It's a brain.
I rolled a 5.
Cool. You're at Insight 3 now. Describe how you
Yeah.
freak out.
Ah, ah. Wait,
What?
Is it October in game?
We'll say it's autumn, so sure.
Okay.
It's really
Season.
into Halloween.
Bro, what?
I slammed the door
You
shut.
turn on your phone as a flashlight, Mr. Derek. You start looking around.
Yeah, I started looking around for candy. He mentioned Halloween, so I wonder if, like, Nikki's really into, like...
Oh no, there's nothing festive about this apartment at all.
Oh, that's fucked up.
It looks like the place has been tossed. Like there's stuff all over the floor and shit.
Jesus.
You look around like this, and you see that there's somebody slumped up against the corner of the wall on the far side of the room.
Oh, I
There's
fucking
blood on
kicked
the
that.
wall.
I would just run over and kick it.
You run over and kick the person who slumped into the wall.
Yeah, just drop kick him.
Roll insight, please.
Okay. I have to punch the tentacles.
It's you.
5.
Cool. So your insight goes up by 1. Describe how you freak out when you realize that the person that you've kicked that's slumped down in the corner bleeding is you.
I'm just what? No. And he just wanders off looking for a hat.
He wanders off like you kick the guy and you look at him and you're like, oh shit, that's me. What the fuck? And like you start wandering off. You hear this guy in the not too far away from you, just like kicking and stomping at something in the corner. And he starts like gibbering and walking away like something's clearly wrong with Mr. Derek.
Sean, you have to change hats again.
Fuck off.
Now, the both of you, I need you to make essentially the equivalent of a perception check, please. You hear Jan scream in the other room.
I'm just gonna roll 1 die.
Cool. What'd you get?
They've redeemed it again.
They're fucking with us. Oh my god. So hard.
That's what I think the whole week is gonna be this.
Yep, it's gonna be complete chaos all the way through. What'd you get on your roll?
5.
Oh shit. This time you see it.
Hey,
Well,
Sean?
Mr. Well, Mr. Derek is over there like.
Hey, Sean.
You're,
Yeah.
They redeemed it again.
Someone is clearly drunk and wasting all of their points, the channel points this evening. He came prepared. Shit.
Yeah,
Listen, as mods, they can just go in and refund all their points.
taking care of business, man. TCB.
Jan screams in the other room. You need to make a perception check, essentially. Just roll a die and let me know what you get, Sean.
Oh, okay. 6.
Perfect. Roll an insight, please. Yeah. We're gonna do that. You got a 1. Oh, you didn't actually go up by 1.
Yeah!
This time you maintain your calm. Whereas,
okay.
Yeah, you maintain your calm this time. Whereas Ben's character Ralph sees something, or first you hear it. You hear what the sounds like glass clinking together, like almost like a chandelier. If you can imagine like a wind chime, but completely made up of like pieces of glass.
Okay.
You hear it, and before you see it, and then when you turn to look at it, you see the thing coming out of the corner of where the other you, is slumped, dying or dead. You're not sure because you didn't stick around. This thing is starting to snake out of the corners of the room, and it starts to take form. Kind of looks like this. It'll load whenever it loads. You see this thing starting to form, and it looks like, it's hard to describe. It's like this crystalline, smoky, snaky thing. You've never seen it before, but you, or at least you haven't seen it before, Ralph. But Mr. Derek, you've seen this thing before.
Oh.
And it seems, yeah. And when it locks eyes with you, so to speak, like your legs go to jelly. Mr. Callum, more so than you're stuck staring at this thing like, and it starts to form, and you see as it comes out of the corner, you see the other version of you holds up a phone, like, and blood kind of like dribbles out of his mouth. Mm-hmm. Right before this thing comes, and you see like there's like a swath of glass that kind of like collides together, and then swoops down and just cuts him into segments.
I just start picking up anything I can find and chucking it at it.
Cool. Roll a die, please.
A die.
Yeah.
What's Jan doing?
Mr. Callow, you see this thing forming in front of you. And you are beyond words as to how to describe the horror that you're experiencing right now. What do you do?
What's Jan doing?
Jan is screaming in the other room. You don't know what's going on.
Jan's fucking dead, man.
Yeah, she's dead. I'm out of here.
You try to get out.
Listen, it's the code of the sewers. I'm out of here.
Cool. You're like, all right, cool. I'm out. Ah! You start running out of there screaming. You try to take a shot at this thing with your shot of glass or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just literally picking anything up that I can just chuck.
What'd you roll?
At it. A 5.
A 5. Cool. I also rolled a 5. I also rolled a 6. So here's what happens. You go to fight this thing, you're like, ah! And you think you're striking something that is made out of flesh, and then it dissipates into like smoke. And there's like some sort of like a weird bluish ichor that just sort of drips off of the cascading glass that kind of clinks together and forms and wraps around you right before it dissects you into neat little pieces and leaves you on the floor of Nikki's apartment. Mr. Callow, you're running scared down the hallway and you're shitting your pants. You're like trying to get out of there as fast as you fucking can.
That's right.
But you hear that clinking glass sound again.
But I'll never admit it.
Forming behind you and spiraling down the stairway at you. Roll a die, please.
I'm going to use my insight die.
You may want to, yeah. I'm rolling 3 dice to kill you.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 6.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So you're just like, you're trying to escape. You're like, huh, you're trying to get the door open, and like it's like you've managed to throw it open, and you throw it in its face, and the glass shards just kind of like form around it and in between the bars and just reform on the other side, and it just consumes you, and everything goes black afterwards. And then it's Wednesday night again. It's time for your weekly group therapy meeting at the Bernstein Pavilion. Jan looks a little bit worried when she comes in. She's a little late this time, and she seems preoccupied. Something's happened. Nikki hasn't been found for weeks. There's a pounding on the door. She lets in, and this irate Scotsman comes in. Oi! I need to mop the fucking floors. Do you mind that? Back now. I'm so sorry, gentlemen.
I checked my Grubhub order history.
What's that?
I checked my Grubhub order history for that.
Kind of looks over at Ralph and like,
yeah. Roll your insight die, both of you, as you both get a wave of deja vu.
2.
Roll a 5.
Cool. Your insight moves to 2 from 1.
My insight was at 3 though.
Yeah, but we're not that part is over.
Okay.
You're back to Cthulhu Groundhog Day now.
Okay.
You also notice that with this wave of deja vu, like there's something odd about how everything looks, and this is something that sort of informs your realization that this reality isn't the one that you were just in.
Fuck.
This particularly speaks to you, Mr. Callow. Fuck. You both look at each other for a second, and you realize, like, we've done this before. We've been here. This already happened. What the fuck? Would you mind moving out of the fucking way, lady? I need to get over here. See, the guy's my muffin the floor and shit. What are you doing?
kind of like mouthing over to Ralph, like,
you see Bill's like, you know what I could go for right now?
shut up, Bill!
Oh, shut the fuck up, Bill.
Having a very serious moment. You just always mouth it. Bill, nobody likes you. Why are you here?
Sausage.
That's not true. And you see Jan tries to intercede. He's like, they keep looking at me like I'm crazy. We don't use that word here, Bill.
I'll just send it to his apartment this time.
I'm going back there.
Are you two okay? You see Jan says, noticing you both kind of
trying
here,
really
aren't
hard
we?
Yeah, we're trying really hard to figure out what
Realities.
we want on our pizza.
Realities and time stuff. Fuck you, Bill.
Yeah,
We're normal.
Bill.
you see Bill's just like,
Suddenly feel sorry for Bill. Just like, fuck you, Bill. Fuck.
I don't
you.
feel sorry for Bill. He clearly does meth.
I didn't do anything, and I don't.
Fuck up.
That's
You're gonna do something.
You shaky
and that's
big
the problem.
asshole.
You see the Janet's like, maybe we should take a break or adjourn for the evening. She says she kind of like rubs her forehead.
What's today?
It's Wednesday, she says. Obviously.
Right. What's the date?
She tells you the correct date. It's like, yeah, according to my phone, it's still today.
So like it's
changed.
the same day that we just experienced.
You see, both of you roll a die real quick.
A die?
Inside or regular?
Regular.
3.
5.
5, you say.
Mm-hmm.
You both notice that the custodian is listening intently to what's going on right now. Like he's like mopping, but not. He's like looking over his shoulder at you.
You know something.
What do you want, groundskeeper Willie?
Oi! I'm trying to mop the fucking floors here. Are you done or not?
Hey, stop listening to our conversation, bro.
Hey, you Irish.
Oh shit.
Don't you ever fucking call me Irish, son.
What are you gonna do about it?
What if he like throws the broom on the floor? He's like, Janet's like, oh no. Okay, we're just leaving. Let's go.
I think you kick your
Let's
ass,
go, boys.
bro. He's jacked.
That's right. I'll fucking kick your ass, you little man. You see, Bill's like, oh shit. He gets up and walks
I'm
out.
gonna tackle him.
Do
He is.
you really?
Ralph is self-conscious about his height. Yes.
Oh god. Fuck. All right, hold on 1 second. Roll a die.
A 6.
Okay. We should probably need to re-roll that because I also rolled 6s.
What the fuck? Eric never rolls this well.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Re-roll.
I did slightly worse. I rolled a 5.
I rolled a 6 again.
Ah!
No, you didn't. Eric
I'm
can't
not.
roll a 6.
I rolled a 1 and a 6 the second time around, but the first time I rolled 2 6s. No bullshit.
Okay.
All right, this little old man hip throws you
Wow.
as you go to tackle him, and he throws you right into a pile of chairs.
Oh,
Oi, go on, get up and do it again, son.
I
You see
will.
Bill's like, hold on a second, pal, I'm gonna fuck you up. And you see
Okay,
Jay's
I'm
like,
out,
whoa, that's enough.
Bill's
She
in,
gets in
I'm
between
out.
both of you, like, whoa, okay, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
Kind of spit on the
He starts
floor and then
backing
walk
off.
out.
What's that?
Spit on the floor, pour out my coffee, walk out.
Why are you attacking?
I saw that, you fucker.
Fuck you, Willie.
No, fuck you.
Fuck
Thank
you.
Fuck you very much.
Fuck your mother.
All right, you all get dragged outside by Jen. It's like, what is wrong with you? She says and looks
Had a
at
really
Callow.
You
weird
gave us the
day.
stink eye.
Yeah.
I know it's a weird day. I'm sorry.
Why were you late?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You weren't late
Nikki's-
last time.
I'm really worried about Nikki. Okay, something's happening. I haven't
You
been
wanna
able
go
to
to his
contact
bar,
him
the
for
Bull
weeks.
and Bush,
This isn't
right?
like him. What?
You want to go to the Bull and Bush, check it out. But he's not going to be there. You want to go to his fucking apartment, right?
Oh, you're
He's only a
remembering
couple
the
blocks
future.
away.
Are you trying to remember the future?
No.
Yeah.
Wait. What are you talking about? No, we're remembering what happens.
Roll your
In-
insight, please.
Oh,
If you're
fuck.
trying to remember the future.
Roll a 3.
I rolled a 4.
Roll the 4. Cool. Both of your insights increased by 1.
I think I'm at a 3 now.
You see,
Okay.
describe how you are realizing that you're actually remembering the future now, and like you know exactly what she's gonna say before she says it.
When we start completing each other's sentences about what's going to happen, go, that was real.
Oh fuck.
See, even Bill's like, "Oh, is this a prank?"
Shut the
Shut
fuck up, Bill.
up,
It's about
Bill.
you.
Why are you still here? The meeting's over. Go home and jerk off to fucking child porn or whatever you do.
Whoa! Whoa!
Bill eventually just like saunters off back to his semi truck.
We'll call your parole
Dan was like,
officer.
"That's really not necessary." Okay,
Bill's an asshole.
what is going on? Seriously.
You were worried about Nick. We're just, intuitioning what you're gonna do because
How
it
did
just
you
seem-
do that?
it just seems logical that would be the course of action that you would take.
You know what? You know what? I'll tell you tomorrow.
Or today.
I'll tell you after we find Nikki.
Should we just set fire to his apartment? Like,
Shh, no, shh.
no, okay.
You're conspiring about committing arson in front of your therapist. You see, she's like, I was gonna go check out the bar. Yes.
Should we just sidestep that and go to his apartment?
I mean, we know which button to hit for Grubhub now.
That is true. It's two.
The Grubhub thing works. Yeah. Even if they didn't order, they'll answer.
Actually,
You
we
could
wait
go that
for the
way. You
pizza
could go
this time.
home. We can bug off. And whatever.
We should wait
Up to
for
you
the
which
pizza
one.
this time and then actually give the dude a piece of pizza as we go in.
Yeah. Or we eat some of the pizza slices and give him like the
Crust. We just give him the
we give
crust
him,
with
no, we
like,
give him like half a piece.
like
so he-
half
so
of the
he's-
garlic sauce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit! All right. So you want to bypass the bar completely and just go straight to his apartment.
Yes, that makes sense.
Mhm.
All right. What's your plan going in, you two? And are you going without Jan or with her?
I mean, does Jan really want to go to the
I mean,
apartment?
we are waiting for the pizza, right?
Yeah.
You don't know what was in that other room.
That's right. We didn't. Okay, we should wait for the pizza, eat half the pizza, give half the pizza to the dude, go up and immediately go in that room and see what's there, and then die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you go up, you do your little Grubhub trick. You hand the guy what's left of the pizza box. He's like, "Oh, cool! Hey, there's only half a pizza down
I
here."
quit.
Yeah, you only paid half. Whatever. I don't know. You didn't
Oh,
leave
what
a
the
tip.
fuck?
Listen,
You see the guy's like,
listen.
"Oh, what,
We got
Oh,
here
what the
15 minutes
fuck?
or
And he's
less. That means you get half the pizza.
Right.
what the fuck?"
Hey, when somebody buzzes your door, come down faster.
Maybe you should tip better.
You go up to the room. It's open. The door's open just like before. Are you taking any different precautions this time?
No, I think we should just march straight for that room and
Probably,
then, like,
we're probably just gonna take no precautions.
yeah, just double bird that corner as we walk by it and then look in the room.
Maybe grab like a heavy lamp or statuette
Heavy
or
lamp, good
something or a
idea.
book. We can just throw it at
You
it.
grab a heavy lamp. You don't deal with the corpse in the corner.
No, fuck that corpse.
Okay.
Not going to do that
All right.
fridge.
Do you go to the fridge again?
No,
Absolutely not.
We're going straight to the room just to see what's in the room.
Okay. So you go through, and this is where Jan like screamed endlessly, and you didn't know why.
Right.
You walk in and you see like it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a the macabre scene, right? Like there's like viscera all over the floors and the walls and shit.
Okay.
A couple corpses on the mattress, like just torn to shreds. Insight roll, please.
You said a couple?
He said a couple.
Couple of bodies.
I got a 1.
I also got a 1.
Nice. Or you're just like, oh, that's something. And then you both realize, the more you look around at all the different pieces here, you see a thing. One thing you do notice is that you see a finger that doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Nikki. Actually, you remember like he had like a ring on, and it's
Nikki's
like,
finger.
yeah, and it's like, oh hey, and then when you look around the rest of the room, you realize that the viscera and the corpses that are here also belong not just to you, Mr. Derek, but also to Mr. Callow and to Jan.
Oh wait, is this a triangle thing where like it's just all of our bodies keep like piling up in this room?
You want to
Wouldn't mind
ask the
being
other
a
corpse
stairwell.
in the other room or no?
Shit. Okay. So we're in the room, we see all this, but nothing's happened yet.
I don't
Nothing
care.
yet.
I live in New York.
every street corner is an adventure. What do you want to do?
Kind of lean out the doorway and just look in that corner and be like, "Hey,
Guy holds up his cell phone again.
oh, that corpse." holds up the cell phone. Okay.
Oh, I thought you didn't go back into the main room.
Just kind of leaned into the main room, just like, hey.
Oh, okay.
At the corner.
Yeah, he holds up his cell phone like he's trying to talk to you and shit. He's trying he's like cautioning you. He's like motioning you to come closer.
No. Fuck no.
I'll come
He
closer.
gives you the bird. Just like you would do.
Okay.
Because he can't say fuck you. So he's just like
Ralph went closer.
Hex, fuck you, and turns the phone around.
You grab his phone that he's holding up.
Sure, why not?
Okay. You snatch it up and you see like he's on it is a series of text messages that go between himself and you. And on it there is a address and a series of other messages like, we have to destroy the machine and stop the cycle before sunrise.
I want to scroll like up and down to see if there's like other messages.
Yeah, you see the messages from you came in where it's like, dude, those fucking things in the sewers are real. They call them necro whatever. They're fucking ghouls. They eat people. They eat corpses.
Ghouls. Do we ever get the pizza?
The delivery to pizza?
Yeah. We ate it earlier, but
it's Groundhog Day, so you could change some things about it, but it always ends the same way.
Hey, text.
And around that time, when you pick up the phone, you're like,
remember
hey,
this address. Messages.
Remember this address. Remember this address. Remember this address. You try to burn it into your memory, and around that time, you start hearing that telltale sound of glass clinking against each other. Somewhere in the room, the apartment. What do you do?
Is there a fire escape?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a fire escape.
Well, fuck it. Let's go.
Dive out the fire escape. Yeah.
Roll to escape, please.
I'm gonna use my insight dice on this one.
Probably a wise idea.
Oh shit! 6 and 5.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6? So did I. What a coincidence!
Oh, fuck off! You did not. You've never rolled this many 6s.
I don't get to re-roll though. You do because you included your insight roll. So you can re-roll as many times as you want.
What am I gonna do? Roll another 6?
Well, it would force me to re-roll. I can't re-roll without you getting a tie. So
I can re-roll both these dice, right?
So I just had to let him re-roll.
Okay.
And then I luck out if you don't roll.
5 and a 6. Suck it. Suck it.
You got a 6?
I got a 5 and a 6.
I want to force him to fail.
That means you roll a die, and if you roll a 6, he fails.
I want him to trip.
Can I fail automatic? Can I just decide to fail since he wants me to fail?
A 3.
Nah, that didn't cut cheese there, Mr. Callow. Sorry, but so you actually you hear that sound and you're like, nope, and you jump right through the window and into like the scaffolding for the fire escape. And you're like scrambling to get the fuck down. Okay. Or are you going up to the roof? What are you doing?
No, I'm going down.
Going down. All right. Mr. Callow, your action. What are you doing now that you're hearing this? You're in the room, or actually, you're in the room with him because you took the cell phone. So you have the cell phone in your hand. You hear that smoky stuff is like billowing into the air from the corner.
Yeah, I'm also going for the fire escape and not getting murdered by the monster from Lost.
Did you roll? It's not the monster from Lost. Trust me. Did you roll a 5 or higher?
I rolled a 6 actually.
A 6, fucking hey! All right, so yeah, you both go out the fire escape, and you're like scrambling to get the fuck out of there, you're trying to get away as fast as you can. And this thing, the last thing you hear or see as you like grab a hold of the ladder and like slide down is the other Mr. Derek's head just gets sliced off completely by this thing, and his head getting like thrown out the window and bouncing down the fire escape alongside you. Roll insight.
Double fuck you.
I rolled a 1.
I got a 2.
Hey.
I like how I just roll a 1 or a 6.
No, it's either or, right? Yeah. Excellent. Okay.
Wait, we're fine, right? We're not insane.
Not yet.
Because
but you're freaking out. Or if you rolled higher than your insight, then yeah, you You gain an insight, and then you start role-playing like how you're freaking out,
insight's
like,
what?
I'm biting my fingernails bloody or whatever.
Yeah, no, my insight's 3. I rolled a 2, so that means
you're good. You're holding
okay.
it together. You're not
Okay.
great, but you're holding it together. You're running as fast as you can away from this building. Like fuck. Where do you go?
Before we do, is there a bag?
A bag.
Yeah, just like a plastic bag or something to carry the head in.
What? Don't carry the head with you.
Why?
You want to pick up your own
Why would you
head
carry
from
the
wherever
head?
and like
Yes.
put it in a bag?
I just pick up the head and I try to talk to it. Like, hey, are you okay? Are you alive?
He
You
just
talk
kind of
back?
stares back at you like, as he's clearly dead.
Blink.
You don't know what's happening with Mr. Derek,
Blink
Ralph,
once
but
if
he
you're
is
alive.
clearly
Blink
wigging
2
out.
if
He's
you're
like,
dead.
he's like talking to his own severed head. Like, hey, are you there?
Dude, I think it's dead.
Excellent. Okay.
Chuck the head in the dumpster and run.
Oh my. Okay, so you're just like, yeah, toss it in the dumpster, get the fuck out of there. Where do you go from here exactly?
Do we remember the address?
Yeah. With a successful roll, you could probably.
Wait, where's
remember
Jan? Did we come with Jan? Did we leave
No, we-
Jan?
No, you didn't. Remember,
Okay,
you let
we
her go to the
bypassed
bullet
Jan.
bush.
Okay, cool.
Go to the bull and bush.
Yeah, we should probably go check on Jan.
All right, jump in your car and head down there as fast as you can.
Sure.
You catch her just as she's leaving.
Hey,
Get
She's
in.
like,
what's
"Oh,
up?
hey, are you all right?" She sees like shards
Maybe.
of glass. Like,
That's
Hey,
a
isn't
really
he
big
covered
maybe.
in blood? Isn't he covered in blood from picking up his own head?
yeah, there's probably blood like on your hands and shit.
All right, I know what this looks like. We were painting.
Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah, mostly.
Get in the car.
Yeah, you wanna?
I got my car's right over there.
Nope. you should
That's
get in
cool.
this one.
This car, get in.
Yeah, that one sucks. This one's cool. Wait, like
Hey, whatever.
6.
You got a great
96
parking
Honda
space.
Civic.
Get in the car.
And she looks at you for a second. She's like, "Oh my god, it's happening." Okay, listen,
What do you mean it's happening?
Eric. If you're having a breakdown, this is a very
No, I'm not
special
having a
moment. We need
fucking
to concentrate
breakdown.
on your trauma.
What do you mean it's happening?
It's okay. I'm here for you. We're
What
gonna
is-
sit in the car.
Oh,
We're gonna
yeah,
talk
get in the
this
car.
out.
I'll drive.
Yeah, and he's just arguing. What do you mean it's happening again? Like, I'm not having a
it's coming.
breakdown.
It's
It's
happening
coming.
again. Okay.
No,
Like,
what are you
coming.
she
talking
goes and
about?
gets in the car, and
What
she's
do you-
like, "Let's talk about." It's like you shouldn't be driving, Mr. Derek.
No,
Ralph, do you mind? Can
I don't
you
want to
drive
be
for us?
fucking talking. No, it's. I thought it was Ralph's car. It's Ralph's car. Ralph can drive.
Okay.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
He
having
sits
a
in the
fucking
back seat with you.
breakdown.
He's like, "Tell me what's going on. Take me through your process. What's going on?"
It's not a fucking process. It was it's what actually happened. So like, all right,
Okay, start at the beginning.
I need you to promise me not to freak out, not to scream.
Oh, I'm like ignoring all traffic laws.
Just sit
You know,
there
oh my god!
and then just go, okay, that's a cool story. All right, you good?
You tell her the whole thing about like how you died, came back, went back, almost died again.
I tell her everything.
She just kind of blinks and looks at you. It's like, you should probably stop the car, Ralph.
No,
Nope.
no, the car's not stopping.
I'm with him on this one.
Where are you going?
We're going to
to
an
the-
address
Yeah.
that I saw on my dead corpse's phone. That
Cool.
I
Give me a
saw
roll,
it.
please, Ralph.
I should probably use insight on this. I'm gonna use insight. A 3.
3. I rolled a 5.
No, you
So-
didn't.
I did.
Why
I
are
rolled
you
2.
lying about-
Let him have his victory.
I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not.
God.
So you're driving along and you're like driving like the devil, right? Like, it's like fuck all the laws, and eventually a cop starts to like follow you and stuff like that. And
I'm
lights
not
are
a
going on.
citizen of this
Jan's
reality.
freaking out. She's like, Ralph, we should really pull over right about. And that's when around the time when the car gets T-boned by a truck. And that's where we'll stop for right now.
Bill!
We're gonna go take a
What?
break. We'll be back in 10
Is
minutes.
it fucking Bill?
gets his
Did Bill
revenge.
T-bone us?
Bill!
Is it fucking Bill? Fucking Bill.
We'll be back in 10
damn it,
minutes,
Bill.
everybody. 14 Eastern Standard Time. Smoke them if you got 'em.
Piece of shit, Bill.
And we're back. When we last left off, our intrepid investigators were trying to head to an address that they were trying to feverishly burn into their memories. But they were driving like crazy down the streets of New York, and lo and behold, somebody T-boned them in a semi-truck, and they all died. And so it's Wednesday night again. It's time for your weekly meeting with the SLS at the Bernstein Pavilion.
Immediately gets up, goes over and slaps Bill upside the head. That's for driving shittily.
What I do?
Shut up!
Again.
Oh, beforehand,
Boom, boom,
I went
boom,
to the
boom,
bank,
boom, boom.
and I got a roll of quarters, so I did the same.
Somebody's banging on the doors just as you're slapping Bill upside the head, and you see Janet's like, "What is going on?
Let
here?
Willie
I'm sorry,
inside.
I'm late."
Let him yell his Scottish bullshit. By the way, Bill, here's a 20. You go down to the billiard buffer whatever fucking bar. You get drunk. Don't drive tonight and stop fucking up my evening.
He takes the 20 and he's just like staring at Janice like,
Get the
"What
fuck
I
out of
miss? What I
here,
do?"
Bill.
All right, jeez. Janice like, looks at you like, "We're gonna have a serious talk."
Yeah,
before
in the
this is
car.
over." And
Let's go.
You see, he throws open the door. "Oh, you mind? I'm trying to
Shut up,
clean
William
the fucking
Wallace."
floors around here." He like pushes through Bill and like starts mopping the floors and shit.
Looks over at Ralph.
"Oh, what's going on here?"
Are you having the pizza
We were just
sent to the
leaving, I
address?
think.
You having the pizza sent to the address?
No, of course not. No.
No? Are we gonna wait for it?
Okay,
You
fine.
see,
All
Bill
right.
is just kind of like, $20. Goes and gets in his truck. Jan steps outside with you and shuts the door. What is going on here? Why are you being like that with Bill? He
Because
didn't do
Bill's an
anything to you. We
asshole.
just
He's
got
always
here.
an asshole. You know he's an
Listen,
asshole. He was
I know you're
especially an
upset.
asshole
Okay.
tonight. No,
I'm sorry
No.
that I was late.
no,
I-
it had nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with Nick. He's missing.
Odd.
We think
Why
we
were
know
you
he's at-
late?
Yeah, why were
Hold
you
on, how
late?
do you know that? You know about Nick?
You weren't late. You were late the last time, but not the previous time. Why are you late again?
I'm sorry. I was trying to check in with Nick, and I couldn't find him. I've been trying to get a hold of him for weeks, and he doesn't return any
Skip
emails or
that
calls.
Right.
What?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not at the Bull and Bush. He's not at his apartment. We think he might be at
That
this
was the
address.
name. Yeah, we're gonna go to an address. You want to come?
Here's the thing, though. This time, how many times have you died now? Twice?
Twice
Twice.
Okay,
that we
cool.
know of.
So, yeah, you don't know how many times you've died, right?
I mean, you might have died 3 times.
Your
because
insight
corpse
goes
was
back
in that
down to
room.
1.
Okay.
Your insight goes back down to 1, right? But
Right.
now you notice that reality is different again. Not in the, like things happen out of order or
This is
anything like that.
Bill's
It's the same
fault.
exact thing happening, but before everything, a lot of the colors around you were sort of muted,
Wait, are the
like
meds
almost
good now?
desaturated.
I
Yeah.
don't know, never
No,
happened.
now you're looking at the walls and your skin and everything around you, and it looks like you're in almost like on the verge of an impressionistic painting.
How many more
Like
times?
things, when you look at the wall, it's moving. So are the cells on your skin. You can see it.
We got too close. to
Roll
Bill. I think we're
insight,
tripping.
please.
2. Insight goes up.
Oh, are we rolling insight again?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the world is no longer the same. Reality's starting to break down.
I rolled a 5.
Cool. So your insight goes up by 1 to 2.
Okay.
And you could roleplay that however you like as you're starting to become aware of your new reality, whereas everybody else is completely oblivious to it.
I mean, I got a 2. Mine still goes up. Right?
You see, Janet's like, okay, do you mind explaining to me what's going on?
All right. Look. So
Listen, Janice, we have a code word to use when I think I'm not in the right place. Can you give me that code word?
A code word?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Sure. She's trying to remember. Is this a thing that you established before
Yeah,
today? Okay.
It's like how
So-
he knows he's in the right place. He's talked to the person and established a word.
What?
You can just tell me if she gives me the
Was it a
right
phrase or a word?
word. It's whatever you want it to be at this point. You can tell
Okay,
me
I have no idea what you make. Ralph Kahlo would make it, so I'm just gonna guess and say Finn Balor sucks. I don't know.
Fucked up, Eric.
Is that the correct? Is that the correct?
You tell me.
Okay, do you want me to start freaking out that I'm in the wrong reality or no?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. Ah!
What'd you get?
We need to get in the car. You can't trust her.
What? What are you talking about? You see, Ralph is pulling you away from jail. We gotta get in the car. She's not normal. And you're like, I know shit. Nothing's normal. Looking around.
Okay, get in the car.
Get in the car. You're like, all right, what are we doing?
We're going to that. We're going to the address that we know of. Do we know the address? Do we remember it?
Oh, well, you died, so you're gonna have to try to remember. Roll your insight again, please, or roll a die rather. You could roll your insight in addition to that if you really want to remember.
I'm rolling both die.
I just rolled one die.
Wait, can I roll my occupational die because I have to remember where books go a lot, and I'm good at remembering like number.
Oh, you were the
sequences.
chronicler when you went to the. Yeah. I'll actually let you have that. You can go ahead and roll 3 dice.
I rolled 2 6s. Suck it.
Fucking A. Okay. Which one is the insight die?
The insight's a 3.
Okay, so you rolled higher than the insight, so you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you start remembering the future as it were, or a different reality. You're not sure anymore, but yeah, now that you're in the past, sort of. Yeah, you remember the address, and you remember because you also rolled a 6. Now you get to actually make an insight roll because you remember a lot more than that. You remember what Ralph and you were looking at when you were scrolling through your own cell phone, and how the conversation went something like, "You need to stop the cycle and destroy the machine."
Okay.
Before the next sunrise or whatever.
Is that currently in our text messages?
No.
Okay.
Hey, next cycle we should break into Bill's truck and steal his shotgun.
I know, right?
You know he's got a shotgun in that fucking trailer of his, yeah. So yeah,
very illegal in the city.
Very illegal, yes, but he's not from here, he's from Mississippi. So yeah, you told Bill to fuck off, and now you're in the car, and you're like, I remember where we gotta go. It's this fucking place over here, and there's a machine. I don't know, something like that.
Gotta trash the machine, fight the machine, break the machine.
Rage against the machine?
Rage against the machine. Siri, play fuck, why can't I think of the band's name?
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, that's the name of the band, right? That's not the name of the song. Right. Okay, yeah. Play
Bulls on Parade.
Yeah, just Rage Against the Machine.
Fucking full of shit. All right, yeah. So you, yeah, you're just like, we're gonna do this. We're badasses. Are you? How are you preparing for this exactly?
Does
You don't even know
Jan
what
come
you're
with
walking
us?
into.
Does Jan come with us?
Absolutely
You want
not.
Jan
Absolutely
to come with
not.
you?
No, I was
you're like,
asking
stay
if
away
she
from
followed
her.
us off.
She's trying to follow you in that she wants to help you. She's like, clearly there's something wrong. Please talk to me. And you're like, get in the car, let's go.
Does Ralph have a crowbar or like a tire iron in the back of his
He
truck?
probably has a tire iron.
Okay, yeah.
We
Get
might
the
be able to
tire
stop
iron.
at like a hardware store and get like some hammers or
hammers,
At
axes,
this,
nails.
this time of night now, that shit ain't happening.
No, Walmart's open or something, maybe. There's a Walmart in downtown New York,
or
right?
Whatever. Like, okay.
Let's find out.
You
go to the Walmart. You go to the local Walmart, buy a bunch of hammers.
It's in the middle of New York. Like, there's got to be some all-night hardware store.
No, there's not one in Manhattan.
Damn it!
I don't know if there's a Walmart in Manhattan.
There's
but
not.
Sure, you can drive across the way or take the bridge to Jersey or whatever. And
I'm gonna.
There is one in Union City.
There you go. So maybe you take a trip. You don't know how many times you can die before it's finally over, though. That's the real question. You've noticed that every time that you've remembered the different times that you've died, reality's changed a little bit. It just seems to be a little bit more, I don't know, noodlier.
Noodlier.
Weirder.
Good word. No, we're going with noodlier.
Yeah, it's like literally like you're looking at your car, your hands, everything around you. It's like it's moving and like shifting, like sands in a desert, or like an organism. Like when you're looking at through a microscope at a petri dish, it's kind of like moving like that.
Okay.
So you're saying we shouldn't
freaky
like
as fuck.
try to memorize lottery numbers tonight?
Yeah, if you survive, that'd be great.
Yeah, that actually might. Yeah.
If you survive, that is. Whatever it is that happened. You can try to remember what happened, but that's really going to strain your sanity, so to speak.
All right.
Okay.
So what are you doing? Are we going around? Are we going shopping for hammers?
Like sledgehammers and axes.
We'll
An assortment of hardware tools. Are you going alone? Just the two of you?
We're not bringing Bill.
Yeah, definitely not bringing Bill.
Not bringing Bill, not bringing Jan. Okay. So you go shopping. That takes a couple hours probably if you're having to drive to a different city and then pick up stuff and then come back.
No, I'm gonna be honest.
This address, you Google it. It's in an old industrial park. It's been long been abandoned.
Okay. Cool.
What do you do? How do you approach this address, as it were? It's a large, like, old factory that's just sort of sitting there behind a big iron wrought gates that form a perimeter. This is the kind of place that, if you remember, like Fight Club, they're out there like playing golf. It's that kind of place.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay.
Abandoned cars on the side of the road, transients here and there.
Yeah, I would say just hop the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, no problem.
Toss the tools over. Yeah.
What are each of you carrying as far as like weapons or tools or what have you?
Tire iron and a very large wrench.
I'm going with a crowbar.
No.
Crowbar? All right.
Fuck that. Fisker's machete.
A machete?
Yes.
Okay, you're just like I'm showing this shit. All right.
Also bought
cool.
some bolt cutters.
Bolt cutters, nice. Okay. All right, so you come prepared, I guess. Top the fence. You see that there's like the weeds are like up to here. There's a couple like derelict cars strewn in different areas of the park. There's like a large manufactory on this side, and bombed out buildings, broken windows. It's dark as fuck out. There's no lights out here. So you're basically having to navigate by moonlight or by the flashlight on your cell phone.
Okay. Ooh.
How many
There's
cars
an assortment of buildings, several.
How often do cars drive by around here?
Very, very seldom. Like the police don't come here.
All right, we can use the cell phones. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, cell phone. Okay.
You're looking for stuff. You don't know what you're looking for. That's the fun part about it. You have no idea what you're looking for. There's a machine here. You don't see any electricity as far as you can tell.
Imagine it's in the building.
Die. You would imagine so. Roll a die, each of you.
4. Not
Good.
a number we've rolled a lot.
That's true.
Okay. And what did you get, Mr. Callow?
A 2.
A 2.
A mighty 2.
You smell something really bad when you're getting close to one of these buildings, Mr. Derek. And it's you know what death smells like. You know what a rotting corpse smells like, and this is it. I'm gonna give you this one for free, Mr. Callow. As you smell the rot, you also hear the buzzing of insects, of flies nearby.
The buzzing of flies.
Yes, you hear. Again, it starts getting more prominent the closer you get to one side of this yard. Like there's like a dead animal or something around here, and you hear like the flies buzzing about. You also see, however, Mr. Derek, what seems to be like a sort of ambient light coming from down a ways. This is a new building, though. Whatever this is, it's a recent construction. That much you can tell.
Oh.
And it's perfectly circular. There's no angles on it at all.
That doesn't look good.
There's a little bit of light spilling up from underneath this circular archway.
Also, hello, Raiders from McStabber Studios.
Hello.
What's up, McStabbers? Got to stab some motherfuckers right now, probably. All right. You as you kind of gravitate towards this ambient light, the stench of death gets stronger, more prominent. And you don't notice this, Mr. Calla, but Johnson, you see something skulking about just outside the perimeter of this round building. It's definitely a person, but they're just kind of like hunched over like this, and they're just sort of like peering at you from the shadows. There's a couple of them.
Get out.
What do you do?
Just get out. Try to hide in the grass and observe them.
Oh, cool. Hide? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You grab Ralph and bring him with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, both of you roll a die, and if you're wanting to potentially risk your insight, go ahead and include that die as well.
Yeah, I rolled 2 5s, so I go a little crazy.
I rolled a 4.
Roll a 4.
I did
Hold on a
not
second.
risk insight.
Okay. So you both successfully like duck out of sight, and like you hear like this growling sound, like a dog would growl almost, guttural. Up ahead, you kind of duck off to the side where like the weeds are really high, like behind the concrete barricade that forms like a little bit of a perimeter on this one big manufactory, and you see these two forms like run on all fours, and they stop. And they look around, and in the moonlight, you can tell more details as they stalk out of the shadows. They just heard something. They smell you. And when you look, you see that they're big. They're like 7 foot tall, long limbs, muscular, humanoid, but they look like dog people or something like that.
We should have brought Jan. She would have made a
Mr.
distraction.
Callow, you recognize these as the ghouls that you've heard about.
Oh,
Both of you, roll insight, please.
Oh, man. Dos.
a 1.
Oh my. Okay. So you're keeping it together. Like, I knew they were real. They're fucking real. They're right there. What'd you roll, Sean?
2. Which
Roll
is
2, so
definitely
you're
under
keeping
what.
it together.
Yeah.
There's like, okay, that's fucking that is not a person. That is not a human being. And you see like they're like sniffing the air, and they're starting to get closer to your position. They don't see you yet, but they can smell you. What are you doing?
And they count as mythos creatures, so we can't beat them in a fight.
Right. We need to.
I mean, like I said at the beginning, I'm willing to make certain exceptions.
I think we should back away, find the stench of death, and roll around in it.
Ooh, that's a
I
smart
would
idea,
just
actually. That's kind of
Beat them
inspired.
and then rub their blood on us like in The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
try to get through.
All right, beat a 3, please, both of you.
Beat a 3.
I'm gonna use insight.
I'm gonna risk my
You
insight.
can. Yes, you can, always.
I got a 6.
I got a 2.
Hey!
And a 4 on my insight.
Oh, shit. So, yeah, if you rolled a... Oh, wait, you rolled a 6 and then you rolled a 4 on the insight?
Yes.
So you don't have to make an insight check. Okay. Well, actually... you kind of do. But you didn't make it? You didn't beat a 3, Sean?
I did. I beat it. I got a 2.
That's less than 3.
That's less than 3.
Oh, I thought we had. Oh, see, I'm used to rolling under.
Okay.
Shit.
No,
No,
you
my
got
other
the-
one's a
like
4.
this.
Sorry. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I thought the
You
2
rolled a
was
4.
better.
Perfect. That's fine. Did your 4... Is it your 4...
4 is on my
insight
natural.
die or
It's on my natural.
Ah, okay, you're good. So yeah, you like roll around there's like some, you can't tell in the dark, like what it is, but it's a large dead thing.
I'm
And you're just rolling around in this stink, and you're just like you feel the bugs and shit like worms crawling on you. And it's like,
assuming
ugh,
it's us.
ugh.
Like we made it this far in some other version, and we're just rolling around in us.
Listen, I
In your
this is-
own dead.
my day job
Yeah.
is I work in the sewers. This isn't
Right.
that
Oh, yeah,
hard.
you know
for
what?
me.
Yeah, you can actually include your occupation if you didn't already, but yeah. So, but you rolled a 6. So, so here's the thing though, like they smell, and one of them comes over to where you're at, Ralph. Like they ignore him, but they come right up to you, and they're like, and they look like they're sniffing you, but they get that stench on you, and like you feel like their drool like just dripping down on you.
Oh, it's like Alien when
And they
it's hitting
also-
closer.
They also smell like stink, like they smell like they just came from the sewers. Make an insight check.
A 1.
You're good. You're like,
rolling a lot of
oh,
ones.
God. You see, it stalks away, intent like, oh, it must have been some rabbit or something like that. Somebody came by and just sauntered off before you got to them. And they both kind of go back, and they see like they're just hanging around outside of this perfectly circular building. What do you do next?
I think we look for a way in.
Yeah, is there any way we can circle from a distance and take a look?
Yeah, you can try to go around and see if there's like another entryway. You're basically trying to sneak around these two is what you're basically doing if you do that.
Yeah, I'd want to like sort of break from a distance and then kind of circle from a distance and see if there's not any doors that we can see or ladders or anything, or maybe find like a sewer grate.
That's the interesting thing about this place. There are no windows. There are no obvious doors or trap holes or anything like that. There's no exhaust pipes. It's like this weird, perfectly circular building that's just sort of sitting there, newly constructed. You see the masonry materials like still surrounding the site, and you're just like, well, that's fucking weird. And when you're looking around, you actually see like there's some weird writing all along the edges of it. Some weird sort of writing or something like that. Mr. Derek, you can roll your regular die, you can roll your insight, and then a third die. You roll all 3 dice for this one.
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Cool. Make an insight check, please.
Rolled a 1. Okay.
You remember what these words mean because you wrote them once upon a time using this Weldon sort of torch pen thing from the future into these large metallic sheets, these large metallic structures that are of alien make, and the words on them are a ritual, that holds a tremendous amount of power. Power to keep out a certain type of creature that moves through time, a predator known as the Hound of Angles. So when you come to that realization, you're like, oh shit. And you remember having to inscribe that entry into their library about how the Hound seeks out those who move through time unabated. They seek them out and they chew them up. And sometimes bits and pieces of them get strewn throughout their own timeline.
Oh, so we're just bits and pieces of ourselves?
No, that's what you found back at the apartment, you come to realize. Oh. That was you in the future when you failed.
Oh, God. Okay. Can I say that there was a Sharpie in the car and I carried it with it, or I write with a Sharpie all the time?
Sure, you're a writer. Yeah. You have a notepad, and yeah, you can do that.
I want to start writing this ritual around like Ralph's neck or some part that can be seen. Like take a shirt off and he's just going shirts and skins.
What?
You're like, hold still.
You're not getting anything near my neck with everything that's going on.
No, shut up. I'm writing a ritual. Don't worry.
What?
Yeah.
Loudly, what?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Please roll a die, both of you, as you're trying to enact a ritual. Not so quietly.
Okay, got a 5.
You got a 5, cool. So you're just like, no, stop! Don't get near my neck. And you're like, you're trying to inscribe it on yourself or like on a.
Yeah, I would do like a place that I can write, like take off rip off my shirt and write around my arm or down my arm or something.
So you know that the way this works is that when you inscribe these symbols, whatever's inside that radius is protected.
Okay.
So this effectively makes that perfectly circular room insulated from the Hound. Also, fun fact about the Hound of the Angles, because there's more than one. They typically will come out of any angle that is greater than
That's why it's circular.
Yeah, anything like 120 degrees or so.
Okay.
They'll be able to basically secrete out of the walls. Usually in a plume of smoke, but oftentimes they'll come in like this disjointed crystalline
We
formation.
can open a car door and just get leaped at.
Yeah, basically they can come at you from anywhere, unless you're in a place that has no edges or corners or anything.
Like a round building.
Like a round building. So I guess the question is, who's inside that building right now?
I mean,
it can't be perfectly safe if they have this ward on it. I hope you tell me about this ward.
yeah, I would explain everything
So
that he's aware.
that's keeping the machine safe?
Yes.
From the Hound.
I want to
the
hit it with a
Hound.
crowbar. I want to hit the words with a crowbar
Cool.
and try to break them.
So you start making a lot of noise, Ralph. You're just like, hey! You like start chipping away at the words, and it's working. That could effectively break the power that the spell has on the building, the protection it has, and of course you're chipping away at the building and its construction.
No,
The two ghouls hear this, however, and one of them, as you're like chipping away at it, you look up and you see one of them's perched down with these reddish eyes. He's looking down at you. It bears their fangs at you and leaps down at you to rip your throat out. Go ahead and roll your dice to try to escape or kill this thing.
I'm gonna
Whatever you want to do.
Baseball
Roll
bat.
2
swing with
dice.
Crowbar.
Okay.
Using my insight.
Done. The other one's coming up or on the side is like trudging on all fours after you.
Oh,
I need you to do something as well. I need you to roll some dice. Beat a 5, Ben.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. We get to re-roll. Cool. Okay. What'd you get?
A 4.
You beat it by 1.
Yeah.
So describe how this thing leaps on top of you and catches a crowbar
Baseball bat swing across its face as it comes down.
right across the face.
Yeah.
It seems dazed because it's just you surprised it, just suddenly like, oh, boom, Babe Ruth that son of a bitch right off you. But it gets up and it shakes its head and it's just like,
Mickey Mantle it.
like, you're not gonna kill this thing with a crowbar, not very easily anyway. Sean, what are you doing as the other ghoul is now on your position?
You said there was like construction materials laying about. Is there like
Yes, there are.
a bed of rebar or like some exposed rebar or something? Okay, I want to run up in front of that as it's chasing me and try to get out of the way before, and then like have it stab itself on the rebar.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, you run over as this thing's chasing you, and you get behind the rebar. What'd you get?
I got a 6, bitch.
I got a 6 too, bitch. Roll again.
Off, you did not. You don't roll 6s.
I got a 6 and a 2, man. I'm telling you. It always happens when I'm GMing, not when I'm playing.
Got a 6
What'd you
again.
get? Roll it again.
4.
I didn't get a 6 this time.
Got 4.
I got a 5.
I don't like this game anymore.
Do you want to include your insight?
Yes.
Go ahead and re-roll.
That got a 5. Suck it.
Reroll.
You can re-roll it as many times as you like, but every time your insight die rolls higher than the other dice, you have to make an insight roll.
Okay, I rolled double 6s, so I've defeated
Well,
you.
shit. Okay, make an insight roll, and then you get to narrate how you impale this motherfucker.
Okay,
Whatever
I rolled
you're
a
gonna do.
3, which I think I'm at 3 now. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, you jump behind the rebar. This thing's like, it's like clawing at you, and it's like leaving marks in your skin, marks that you remember from before when you were in Nikki's apartment.
Oh wow.
And but like you just managed to bring him down right on top of the rebar. You managed to like push him back enough where it just goes, and it just sort of screams and howls in the night, and it grabs a hold of the thing and tries to pull itself up, like it's like blood's like spewing everywhere, black ichor.
I just want to smash it in the head with the machete and just chop its head off.
Chop its head off.
Forgot
Yeah.
the machete.
You baseball this thing off. You hear the other one screaming blurter, and the other one like looks over and bares his teeth. Just then, the door opens from inside the circular building.
There's a fucking door?
Yeah, there's like a little round archway, and the door like moves like.
There is now.
There is a door. Fuck off.
We're going in. I'm going
telling you.
Yeah, I'm diving for that door. I don't care who's in the way.
You start moving out that way, and out from the inside of the building, as the light spills out, it's Nikki.
No, it's not.
Push him and go inside.
He's like, "What the fuck are you guys? What the fuck is this?" He says, and he looks and sees you like ready to like rock and roll with this ghoul in the crowbar, and he's like, "Oh shit," he says, and then he like, hold on, he says, he brings out this device. You don't know what it looks like. It's kind of hard to tell in the dim moonlight. I'm doing head checks now. Okay, but you see this thing that he has. It's some sort of weird contraption, and he holds it aloft, and he's like, "Get lost," and he says, and he levels it at you, and it starts to illuminate with these lights, and that's when you both come to realize that Nikki never actually came back. And when you look around, now that the ambient light from inside the room is spilling out, you start seeing some of the bodies that are laying around here. They're some of the same people that were part of your support group. Nikki's been luring them to their deaths and feeding those corpses to the ghouls. In return, you would imagine for on-site security, or perhaps the construction of a nice little room that can protect him from the Hound, which no doubt is on its way. But he levels the weapon at you regardless. What do you do?
I'm gonna charge him.
We're gonna have to do this again? God damn it, he says.
No, we gotta charge in on him, and yeah, definitely charge in that fucking doorway.
Okay, you try to get out of the way, like, fuck. All right, both of you roll. I'm gonna roll for the ghoul to catch up, and for Nikki to blast the shit out of you.
Using an insight, and I got a 6 and a 5, so Nikki can suck it.
I rolled 2 1s.
I'm so sorry, Ben. So Nikki's like, "Oh shit, I gotta do this again. God damn it!" And he's like, he lowers this thing at you, and just as you both try to run into the door, he hits you with this beam that crackles and shoots off from the thing that he's carrying, and it hits Ben's character, and he just disintegrates.
Oh, he disintegrated Ralph? Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna machete that motherfucker.
Well, are you running into the room, or are you running towards Nikki?
Well, Nikki is blocking the doorway, right? Like he's in front of the doorway?
No, he stepped out, and he sees what's going on. He's like, "Oh, psst." You could run right past him if you want and go right into the room. You still have to contend with the ghoul, but you beat the ghoul. What did you roll, a 6?
Well, I chopped that ghoul's head off. The one that I was fighting, I guess I should say.
The one you were fighting, yeah, but not the one Ben was fighting.
Oh.
The one that Ben was fighting, he got dazed. So you run into this room, and you rolled a 6. Make an insight roll again, please.
Rolled a 3, which I'm less than a 3, right?
Okay.
So there's no spooky woo happening?
There's plenty of spooky woo happening, but the thing is, you remember a lot of this shit. And now it's all coming back to you. When you look at the machinery inside of this perfectly circular room, you see like there's brains floating in canisters and shit, and like bodies like suspended.
Oh, there is spooky woo going on here.
Oh yeah, plenty. But you also see this machine, this impossible machine. Help me out here, Ben. It's like made out of. It's a Yithian device. I don't know how else to describe it. I don't know. It's like pendulums and impossible workings of these machines. It's just like it's moving and gyrating in strange directions. There are lights that sort of occasionally pop up throughout, and it almost looks like the thing is floating without any assistance, and it's just defying every law of gravity. It's sort of like taking up a good majority of the room.
So he's in the house from 13 Ghosts.
What's that?
So he's in the house from 13 Ghosts.
I've not seen that movie, but
it's fucked. Yeah.
So yeah, the burn mark on the side of the wall destroys part of the infrastructure, and you start hearing that sound of glass like clinking against one another, like as the Hound starts to manifest just outside the walls of the building. You hear Nikki's like, "Fuck," and the other ghoul is like right on your heels, like chasing you inside. What do? There's danger on all sides.
But Ralph's dead, right?
Ralph's disintegrated, yes.
Fuck. kind of looks back where Ralph was, looks at the burn mark where he died, looks at the fucking thing, just like, fuck, and will kill himself so that he can save Ralph one last time.
Oh shit! Describe how that happens.
He just takes the machete and stabs through his own stomach.
What? You're purposely dying so that you could do it again.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
You're a hero.
You're just like, no! Oh, you commit seppuku, and you see, like, Nikki's just like, what the fuck? And just then, like, the hound weaves around you, because you're already dead and dying, and it, like, just whoosh, chops off his head, takes his body, and disappears into time.
Nice.
And then we return back to the pavilion, the Bernstein Pavilion. It's Wednesday night. It's time for your weekly meeting. How far would you like to fast forward now that you're remembering the future?
So
And by the way, your things are reset to 1 again.
Hey, Bill, you want to make a fast bet?
Huh?
Listen, for the keys to your truck for the night, I bet you that an angry Scottish guy is going to come in here and start yelling at us.
It's a good bet. You should take it.
And if I'm wrong, you get $20,000.
Yeah, it's a great bet, Bill. You should
Is he
take it.
for real? You see, he looks at you.
Bill, take that bet.
All right, you're on. You're on, buddy. You're on. He puts the keys on the table. Like, okay.
There's no fucking way
Dan
a
comes
Scotsman's
in.
gonna come
Dan
through
comes
that
in.
door.
She's like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, I'm so late. I'm so sorry. And then almost immediately, like, open the fucking door. It's time for me to clean the goddamn floors.
What? A Scotsman?
Sir,
oh my
are you
god!
Scottish?
Oh no, you set this up, didn't you? He says, like, he points to the two of you. He gets up, like, he's all angry now. Like, no, fuck you.
No, you
fucking took. That was a gentleman's agreement. What?
See, Jan's like, what am I walking into right now? And he's like,
Bill's trying to Welsh.
Yeah, Bill's
Again.
fucking.
you're in on this too, aren't you? He points at the Scottish guy who's like making his way into the door now. It's like,
No, that guy's
get the
gonna
fuck out of my face, you fucking hick.
Hey, Scotsman, he called you Irish.
Fucking dumb red. What did he call me?
He called you Irish, dude. He
Hey,
says
hey,
that fucking Irish
Bill,
guy
he
that
said the
cleans this
South
fucking
will
place.
never rise again.
He's not Irish, he's English. What the fuck did you call me? And you see, he's like, oh shit.
I just
No,
want
Bill, he said
Bill
meth
and
is
him are going
bad
at
for
it,
you.
and Jen is like, what is going on? Oh,
Bill,
no.
he said cousins shouldn't get married. Bill, he
Roll
said,
insight, both of you, and yeah, you can grab the keys now if you want.
insight.
Two.
I rolled a
Bill's
1.
truck. All right, you grab Bill's keys, head out and jump in and take off. I'm assuming.
So we're gonna get a lot of propane strapped into this truck and drive
We
it
don't-
into the cylinder.
We don't
right?
need propane. We're driving the truck in with a brick.
Well, I just want it to explode.
You do realize that, like, if you do this, you're probably going to die.
No, we'll just use the brick and have it go straight towards the thing. And
Oh,
explode.
I see. You're like
Also,
you're having
I'm-
a truck full of.
Listen, I'm stripping the shit out of these gears because I don't know how to double shift.
Well, you have to get it. You have to get it through the gate first, right? And then you could drive it into the building, right?
Oh well.
Unless your plan is to just drive it through the gate.
No, I mean we can probably get some bolt cutters, get the gate open, then drive the truck.
Listen, I've seen Duel. We can drive through a gate.
Yeah, I mean there's that too.
But also find that shotgun.
Oh yeah, you have a shotgun.
You grab the shotgun. You grab Bill's shotgun.
Yes.
Okay.
You find his
Excellent.
meth.
Behind the meth, yes. You can find the shotgun,
take
take
some
it
of
off
the
the
meth
rack.
for
It's a
energy.
standard issue pump action, you know. Remington 12 gauge.
I mean, I'm planning to live. I don't know if I want to start a drug habit on the first day of my life, basically.
Fine, but we'll set the meth. We'll throw the meth like somewhere off like the highway or something on the way over.
Right.
So when they find the truck, it won't be led to Bill. Now let's ghost ride this shit.
Ghost ride this shit. All right, riding out hard. So you just brick the accelerator through the gate and pray to God that it hits the building.
Yes.
I do explain to Ralph that we got to get through the cylinder blocks. There's a machine inside that we have to mess up somehow. And it's got brains. And that should somehow break the loop. Also, we got to survive ghouls and things.
Yeah, and this is where things get funny too. Make another insight check, by the way, because the reality at this point is so gone, so far from the pale. Like It's basically when you're looking at each other, it's almost like you're looking at a moving painting, like a running moving painting. Like it's like everyone looks like they have blood running of different colors, like running down their faces, and like
Jesus.
you're looking at like the musculature underneath the skin, and everybody's like, "What's wrong? What are you looking at?" And you're like, "Ah."
Also, I do explain to Ralph that I killed myself for him.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I killed myself for you.
I didn't
Let's
want
do it
you to
again.
like, you know, be left in the time stream and die.
But listen, if we're trapped in this reality, maybe you should have just kept going.
I mean,
I don't want to live and they live.
I really enjoy picking on Bill with you. So.
All right.
Well, if you break the cycle, presumably you would imagine you go back to normal. What this thing did, and you're starting to understand now because you remembered a lot about your time over there in Nakotis, the machine that he hit basically just stuck you in a time loop. There was a reality where you surprised Nikki a couple different times in different places, had you done something different. And in those realities, you died, but you also didn't get to sabotage the machine. He actually managed to hit the release on the machine, and that basically locked you into this Groundhog's Day style scenario.
Okay.
So yeah, as soon as you if you can manage to destroy the machine, as you had warned yourself earlier, you can break this cycle.
Okay.
But if you fail this last time, all deaths are permanent.
No, that didn't sound right. We're going for it.
I'm getting a pocket knife from somewhere. I don't care.
All right, so you floor that shit. It goes through the gate, and I'm assuming both of you are coming in with like, who's got the shotgun?
I'll let you have it. I have a pocket knife.
Cool. Sounds good.
You got the shotgun, you got the crowbar or whatever, and you're going in.
Right.
I'm going to say that the truck and the payload that it's carrying is enough to light the immediate area on fire, which means no more ghouls. It also opens up a nice little hole into the building, which means you have moments before the hound appears and eats all of your faces, because you're all anachronauts now, right? Having traveled through time and such.
Right.
So it's going to come after you as well.
That explains
you have moments
the title.
before you can actually destroy the machines successfully before you know.
Oh, can I
everything
retcon
ends.
something real quick?
Sure.
I'm assuming we're wearing belts, and can I write the ritual on the belt and we wear it?
It's not perfectly circular, but
I don't think that'll
you can
protect
basically.
our arms.
Yeah, so basically anything in between that, it's not going to go for it.
Okay, cool.
But you still have to contend with Nikki and the electric gun.
Right.
So if we just link our belts and just stand in the circle at the end.
That it sounds like the most absurd thing possible. No.
But it could work.
I mean, maybe. But yeah, you go in and you basically you're with the shotgun, you're with the crowbar. It barrels through the gate and spills out all this propane or whatever, lights the place on fire. The two ghouls scream in the fire as they're dying. Nikki opens up the entryway to the building, emerges with a couple of different devices, including the electric gun.
I would be
like,
waiting
fuck
just outside
you,
the thing
and
and
levels
blow
the
his
gun at
fucking head at.
I want to throw my knife at him while he's shooting.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
And I will absolutely be using insight.
Yes.
Yeah, this would be the time to use it. So go ahead and roll.
Eric, I swear to God.
What'd you get?
I got 2 6s.
I got a 5.
That'll do it. Roll your insight. And what did you roll, Walter? Sorry, Walter. Ben?
I got a 5.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Roll again, Ben.
Stop it.
I got a 5 and a 4.
5 and a 4. Okay. Okay, you beat him. He got a 4, so you actually got him this time.
Nice.
Yeah. So describe each of you. Describe how you take on Nikki in this final confrontation.
I throw the knife at the wrist that he's holding the gun in, like in the Warriors, because I quoted it before.
Nice.
I would
He's
just
like, ow, fuck! And the shot goes wide, like, cuts a hole into the side of the building.
I would be standing right next to the door, and as it opens, just have the gun trained on his head and fire.
Shit. Yeah, so you're just like, you rush up, and as he comes out, he's like, oh, fuck, not you again. He goes to fire. His aim goes wide, and you're just like right there, like, check again, Chucklehead. Just spray his brains all over the side of the building. That's around the time that you start hearing the sounds of that glass clinking together, like it grabs a piece of him, disappears, and then starts circling back again.
I'll grab that gun that he dropped.
Oh yeah, and just start
I'm grabbing that electric gun that he shot me with. I'm just gonna start.
Oh, good call.
Shooting wildly at the thing.
Are you
shoot the machine?
Yeah, shooting the machine, throwing shit
Roll
at the
to shoot the
vials.
machine before the hound catches you.
Oh fuck.
Let me know what you got.
I'm gonna try to slow the hound down.
I rolled a 5 and a 4.
Oh shit! What'd you get, Ben?
I got a 3 and a 6.
6. God damn it. Okay, make that insight roll. I think was that your insight die to roll high?
Yeah.
I roll that insight.
I rolled a 1.
I want to. You roll a 1. Nice. So you're keeping it together, like you're like firing into the building. And
I'm
just,
from
you see
New
the
York!
machine just catching. The machine catches fire, starts breaking apart to pieces. As soon as that happens, everything ends. Everything around you just like dissipates and goes zoops back up, and it's like everything's completely gone. And now, the hound around you, when you come to your senses, the hound is gone. The building's on fire. Nikki's dead, and you're still alive. What do you say to each other once that's over?
Want to go get
Once you
pizza?
realize you've actually managed to survive.
Let's
Want some
make
pizza?
Let's make Nikki pay for it.
Right? Is Nikki's body still there?
Nikki's dead body?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
How much is in his wallet?
I don't know, a couple $100 probably.
Yeah. Okay, he's definitely paying for pizza then.
I'm gonna
This
report.
motherfucker's definitely paying for pizza.
I'm gonna report Bill's truck is stolen.
Good call. Because it was.
Not by us.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, no. You never do that.
That was a gentleman's agreement. He was trying to welch.
Nice.
Let's
Okay.
go establish an alibi. Are we playing Delta
Good
Green?
call.
I think we are. Let's go to that Bull and Bush.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the get some
Speaking-
pizza and then go to the
Yeah.
Bull and Bush and get drunk.
Speaking of Delta Green, yeah. You see, you go about your business, like you get the hell out of there. This chapter of your lives being closed. Now that the floors are finally clean at the Bernstein Pavilion, the old Scottish man drops the mop and gets on a comm. All the subjects have left the building. He's like, a successful infiltration into the group. He's like, well, I'll have more to report in the morning. And he goes to the lights and turns them off, and he locks the door behind him. And that's where we'll stop.
Fuck that Scotsman.
I thought it was gonna be Steve also.
All right, that's all the time that we have for this session. I hope everyone here and those watching enjoyed the show. We will resume our regularly scheduled descent into conspiracy horror with Delta Green next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you enjoyed tonight's program, feel free to check out our other awesome adventures and terrifying tales. In the way of awesome adventures, Tuesday, we have the Mecha Hack One-Shot hosted by our very own Space Lord Pajamas. I can't wait. Wednesdays brings us more Cthulhu Mythos goodness with Achtung Cthulhu on the Trail of the Red Widow. Thursday is the highly anticipated Bonkers live event Calvin Ball for Love Your Rebellion. Friday, we're doing a D&D one-shot, and Saturday, we have another LYR live event in the form of Blades in the Dark one-shot, and the continuation of the D&D campaign Usurpers of Ruination. Did I get any of that wrong, Sean?
No, that sounds right.
Okay. And finally, Sunday, we will continue our fiasco romp with Tales from Suburbia and Hocus Pocus. So check that out. Let's see. Since most of our crew isn't here for this, and this was a one-shot, there's no voting per se. But,
No. I want to vote.
Okay, sure, buddy.
I want to vote.
Go right ahead.
Okay. I vote for Bill for taking all of our shit.
Fuck Bill.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck Bill. I vote for Ralph.
I vote for Eric for running this.
Thank you.
And weaving in our stuff so well.
Thank you. Since you put up with my nonsense this evening, you get a free reroll for your Delta Green characters.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Need them.
Fuck it,
You
other
will need them,
players.
trust me.
Yeah, you guys decided to go have sex orgies in Michigan, and we got
What?
dice rerolls. What? I don't know what's going on.
Please,
Excellent.
please remind the good people who you are and where they can find you next and who you played this evening.
Hey, I'm at Space Lord PJs. You can find me tomorrow night running Mech Hack, and then Wednesday running Aton Cthulhu. It'd be awesome. You should be there.
Yeah.
Don't be square.
All right.
Yeah, I'm Ben, Big Dad Walker. You can find me at Twitter down here. I think the next place you can find me is here for Delta Green.
Excellent. I've been Eric at Modern Recluse Online. You can find me back here tomorrow night for the Mecha Hack. I'm very excited to blow some shit up with a mech. Big thanks always to our patrons for supporting what we do. If you want to be awesome and do the same, check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/warpletales and keep up to date on what we're doing throughout the month by checking the calendar on warpletales.com. And thanks to you, our viewers and fans, for tuning in. And remember, don't stare too long into that long abyss, lest it too stare back into your soul. Good night, everyone.